Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon... Actually, I won't be your friendly dungeon master. I'll be your friendly star master this evening, because tonight we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's excellent science fantasy RPG Starfinder, the backwards cover edition. Star-Lord. Ooh! We're playing through the their very interesting Attack of the Swarm adventure path. Playing still in the first module, Fate of the Fifth. So obviously, if you do intend to play the Attack of the Swarm campaign, this will contain spoilers for that. Now, with that proviso out of the way, allow me to introduce you to the stars of the Attack of the Swarm campaign, the finest of the SDF, the Susquehanna Defense Force. First up, we got Jeffrey. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing?
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Bone Voss. He is a athlete, which is a crush ball player, and a nanocyte level 2 now, and he is Vesk.
Nice.
I would just like to point out that spoilers are not guaranteed, because we've been known to divert from modules pretty far sometimes.
I am trying to stay on task with this one. I was talking
we need a Deadpool for this.
Next up is our resident armor smith, Dave.
Hey everybody, some new rings. Just getting ready for the session here, and I am playing Nita Carlos, also known as Knickknacks, and she is a Lashuntas mechanic spacefarer. So
nice.
She's mechanic piloting, kind of turning into a bit of a sniper, and yeah, kind of fun.
Nice. Let me ask you, Dave, is this the first time that our resident armor smith is playing the resident armor smith?
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if you've played a blacksmithing character before, have you?
No, normally I'm a tank, and yeah.
Nice.
Druid's a bit of a smith, but
next up is John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I'm playing a level 2 Sharon biohacker. He is a battle medic, and thankfully to the AI review board, his medic archetype has granted him the temporary doctor title, so it's Dr. Zilmeltrick.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl. I'm playing Judah Voss. She is a Vesk Solarian, now level 2.
Nice. So, guys, last session, Carl missed our last session, unfortunately, but we had a bit of a session of it. I'm trying to remember where we started. Oh, we started with you guys arriving. Let me grab our characters here.
Arriving. Start the session. Reflex save, please.
Yeah. At Camp Gallant, 24 hours of marching across the Susquehanna dead winter snows, and with the swarm and other ferocious animals in hot pursuit. You guys finally reached Camp Gallant. What happened at Camp Gallant?
we had a fan.
Yep, there's a fan.
Bone had a fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, but that wasn't the first thing that happened. Didn't we walk in on the commanding officer who was getting her leg installed?
Yes, but that wasn't the first thing that happened. We survived a bridge explosion.
Okay. After surviving the bridge explosion and getting to Camp Gallant, our would-be heroes came across Commander Najiri, who was
Najiri.
Had just gotten her leg amputated and was getting a cybernetic limb installed by a bunch of literal hacks.
Technically, I cut her leg off, but
woefully underqualified. And Dr. Zill, who wasn't a doctor at the time, with the assistance of Knickknacks, did a masterful job of installing said leg, such that the commander was able to get up and start walking around right away. Mm-hmm. She gave us some credits and a place to bunk up, and we were able to rest for the night, catch some shut-eye and some recharge our suits, and then we had a visit from a fan, a really good fan of Bone.
Yes.
Who showed up with some food, seemed all genuine and everything, and was really hustling us for some stuff that she had pickpocketed. Grabbed a couple of.
Did Carl know that you got 1,000 credits? I don't think so. Carl, you got 1,000 credits.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We each got 1,000.
You each got 1,000. Yep.
And we went shopping at the quartermaster to upgrade gear and buy some new stuff.
So you can go ahead and do that if you like, Carl. Yeah, that would have happened. So 1,000 credits doesn't go, super far, but at least it's some stuff. And for topping up anything you want to sell, I think you get 10% of the cost in BRPs or whatever they are. Not BRPs, the
UPVs or something.
Yeah.
And what can we get? It doesn't, level doesn't matter, right?
The level doesn't matter. I mean, the cost is going to, the money will tap out how high you can get anyway. So, after you guys checked in with that Yasaki quartermaster, you mentioned a fan.
Yeah, and then after the fan tried to hustle us and was caught by Briz recognized that she was a bit of a scoundrel. Wonder why. I guess takes one to know one kind of thing. And he got our injections back, our Mark 1 healing injections that she'd stole, and let her go. And then we were tasked with helping a convoy escape Camp Galant because it was going to be under siege soon, and everybody was being evacuated to the west, I believe.
Yes, but
remember
the instigator?
The instigator? No, yes. I don't remember the instigator.
Voss intimidated the hell out of everybody.
Oh, right. Want to talk about that?
That was.
Oh, right. The crowd was going crazy.
Right.
Sort of not trusting in what we were doing, the soldiers. And so they were, I don't know, like agitating to basically riot, or I don't know what they were planning exactly, because before they could carry it out, we came out there. We were sort of the first ones on the scene, and I was able to calm them down and disperse the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't really calm them down. I sort of threatened them. I sort of
putting them in their place is probably more appropriate.
Putting them in their place is probably a good way to put it.
Okay.
And then convoy, and that was a disaster.
Convoy.
Near disaster. We were being attacked by flying ships that were using acid torpedoes, shooting acid at the convoy, and we were manning guns to reduce the chances of getting hit. We were manning flak guns to reduce the chance of getting hit, and machine guns to reduce damage, and Bone was piloting?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And Knickknacks jumped in and did a little booster for the transport to try and get us a better chance to dodge. And we literally rolled into the place that we were on, like, last wheels kind of thing, and everybody was wounded. A couple guys had gone down, and we used a bunch of resolve points just to stay alive, and it was a little hairy. And we got to the new location. I can't remember what it's called.
Rios City.
Yes. And there, people were being extracted. And so the civilians were being moved to be extracted. We were told we could rest the night, and we rested in one of the armored transports. But then we were told our next mission was to the north.
Yep.
On my screen, it's up beneath Bone.
Oh, it's up beneath Bone. Let me move everyone up here. Yep.
Yep. So up in the mountains, we're charged with locating, like, a monk?
Yeah, a priest to Hylax, to the goddess of the, primarily worshipped by the Shirin, but of, like, diplomacy and what else here? First contact, I believe. like a very popular faith on the planet, and benevolent as well too. Goddess of diplomacy, first contact, friendship, and peace.
So we were given a new vehicle that wasn't all tanked or melted.
Yep.
And we headed up north, and while we were traveling, we saw a couple of guys come running out, and they had blood on them, and they said they had the wounded friend, and our good-hearted, perhaps somewhat naive friend Dill ran off to go and help, and Briz thought it was a little curious, and so did Bone, and so did Knickknacks. So we were kind of like waiting at the transport, going like, okay, do your thing and let's get rolling. And they jumped us. So got in a bit of a scuffle again, took some bad boys down, and we were thinking, just as we were about to leave, hey, wait a second, what if they'd done this to other people? Maybe they have some shit lying around that no one's going to need except maybe us. So we should try and find it.
And I believe that is where we bring our heroes back. So the people who you did take down, I only used their illustration as handouts as well. Oh, sorry, and Wayne. Sorry, Wayne. We started late. We actually we did post in the Discord. We needed to spend time upgrading the characters. It's been a busy week for everybody, so we didn't have a chance to do the level ups, and we didn't want you folks having to sit and watch us, make a bunch of mistakes.
Character sheets are buggy.
Level up.
It'll shatter the illusion of competence that we have of knowing the rules. So this is what attacked Carl, was a bunch of inmates from a nearby prison.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this scorpion tattoo, which Briz had recognized just before the fighting started.
Yeah.
Which gave Briz a bit of a jump on the guys.
We were told that the priest is highest priority, though, so we can't spend too long.
Yeah. So if you search over, let's see here.
Dave, are you doing the loot this time?
Yeah. Sorry?
Is Dave doing the loot this time, or?
I'm still trying to get the...
Party loot is under the characters, what do you call it, folder. So I put it right here, guys.
Badonk!
Space badonk.
Space badonk.
A tent and some cold climate clothing.
Sounds like some Captain Kirk level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We got rid of everything else. If you need a tent, Carl, there's a tent available.
Nope.
Okay. So, would each of you guys, let's get some dice rolling here. So, would each of you guys kindly give us a perception check?
Oh, who took some points in perception?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I should actually copy down everyone's amended.
Doesn't mean I'm any better at it.
All right, I'm going to use a point.
Yeah, it's 4 points of astonishing fortune left.
Oh, is it? Now, wait a second. In this game, is it?
It's not like PF2 where you get one every hour or half hour.
No. Yeah, we don't have them to.
Okay, so then it's not.
How badly you want that thing? Oh, thanks, John. That's what I needed. Okay, so your perception hasn't changed.
No, I decided to defer because my perception is good enough. So.
Oh, sorry. Want that EA?
Yeah, thank you, guys. All right, so what you find, each of them has a tactical baton on them, the kind that a prison guard may use. They have cold weather clothing, which has stains on it, and then a flight suit that is their, the actual prison garb that they were wearing. Apart from that, there isn't anything else of value on these guys. You seem to be the first ones that they may have struck upon.
No gold teeth that I can extract. No cybernetic tattoos.
There's tattoos on them, but they are not cybernetic.
Okay.
If you start peeling the skin off of people,
do you
we're
have
going to have
surgical? Do you have surgical tools?
I've got a MacLeod.
So the answer is no. If it's not yes, then that's a no. Because that's what every other answer
tattoos. I was going to harvest the nanites for purposes.
That may be something I carry over from a day job. Do you have this? Well, I've done. I've like, You mean no? Okay. Okay, Bone's got a +5 now. Nice. Druda, did your perception change
went to
whatsoever?
5, yeah.
It's gone to 5. Nicely done. Nicely
Yeah, I just
done.
added a point there.
Okay.
But the other stuff is the same. Do you want me to
Yeah,
put
it's not level based. It's PF2 it is when it changes by
yeah.
level.
Do you want to put the EAC and all that?
No. I, unless you've purchased new armor.
No.
No, then you're good.
Okay.
I've got everything else.
I got a new gun, but
Uh-oh.
A new boomstick. Nice.
Druda's got a gun. All right. Then. All right. So then, with a quick, look over these guys, there's nothing of, there's no cybernetic implants that can be harvested. You fucking freak. There's no, equipment on them. There's no. It seems like they have not been successful in this scam thus far, nor will they ever be.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess we can leave with the camera on one of those dead, the bodies that will soon be fodder for the swarm, as we see your big thing kind of start up again and then start rolling along. And as a reminder, and for Carl's edification, the vehicle you guys are driving is pictured, one of those like 6-wheeled giant military vehicles. Mm-hmm. It's like that, but with a hard top and looking sci-fi-ish. So it's got a lot of hexagons on it. Now, where? I want you guys tell Carl where everyone is situated in the vehicle right now.
I'm in the back, in the softer cover area.
Okay.
I'm sitting on top.
sitting on top. Is there like a gun mount or anything, or no?
No weapons
I
on
Got a
this.
gun out there.
I have the gun. I am the mount.
Okay. And then, so who's driving?
Bone was driving.
Okay, I'll be a shotgun then.
Okay.
Would it
Space shotgun.
be applicable where I could put a field dressing on myself while we drive along?
If possible to. Yeah, absolutely. You got time.
Okay. Yes. Cool.
Okay.
It's only 3 hit points, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's 3 hit points for. You can keep doing it, just uses up each of your.
Well, I can only do it once per short rest, so per person. So.
Well, the short rests don't work quite the same. Like, it's just every 10 minutes, and it's going to take you guys minimum, 7 hours to get up to the mountains? So
Yeah,
you're
but I
going to
think
have...
they want to have a restriction on how many times you can do it to an individual.
Yeah, it's how many times you can do it per day. It's restricted in 2 ways. One of them is once every 10 minutes, right? You need to be taking the 10-minute rest before they can do that again. The second restriction is that you can only do it your modifier per day, right?
I can do a modifier per day, and then I can do it on one person, but I can't do it on them a second time until we stop for rest to get stamina back. So.
Right, but you don't need to stop to do that. If you're not doing anything in the back of a vehicle, you can take a rest again. So if you choose to blow through all your things, you can certainly do that. Do you want to spend a resolve to get your thing? I reset all your resolves. I think all your results were at 4.
Fine, yeah.
So you would have had 10
if you
minutes.
want to blow through all your resolves in the first 20 minutes, that's okay.
I'm sure there's nothing else in this war zone that'll cause problems. But Gilles and Bone, you guys are the only ones who seem to be down resolve. Do you want to spend down stamina? Do you want to spend a resolve to get your points back, or what?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll spend a resolve.
Okay.
Why am I hurt?
Fight with the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it come off my stamina?
Yeah, that might have been
You got healed. Did I shoot you?
With Knickknacks, I don't remember why Knickknacks is down.
I'm just bad at taking it off the wrong one, so I'm wondering if I did
Because
that.
I think that you're fully healed, because I think you should be fully healed, because this is the first thing that's happened to you guys.
He didn't engage in combat. Yeah.
No, he was shooting people from the top of the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I should be 2 points down on my stamina, not on my health.
Were you shot by? They didn't have any handguns. They had melee weapons, and I think all their attention was focused on Dr. Gilles and Bone.
Yeah.
So I think you should be at full. That might just be an error.
A leveling error, perhaps?
Yeah. Quite possibly. With these character sheets, come on, they're flawless. Okay. So then, that first occurred a little more than an hour outside of Rios City. So you guys are right about here right now, just passing through this. And as a reminder, too, this is a lot of droid or robot operated agricultural area with big central kind of sci-fi looking silos for where the kind of corporate agriculture is directed, or the mass scale agriculture is directed, though of course it's covered in snow this time of year. As you guys are traveling along, again, we're back underway. You guys are continuing to pass, a bunch of these little, not like towns per se, but like little communities that have a sign saying, evacuation, evacuate to Rios City, evacuate to Rios City. You've taken a break, I think maybe every 2 hours to stretch your legs, kind of thing. So, and
Sounds
this
about right.
vehicle can travel at top speed at 50 miles an hour, but you're unlikely to be able to travel that because of the abandoned vehicles that are on the road. So there's a lot of winding off the road and getting yourself back on, or doubling back to try and find a way around things that have jackknifed in the middle of the highway. You are about 4 hours out at this point, about 170 miles away from Rios City, and that means you're around up here, guys, past the penitentiary, in this direction here. What you can see, knickknacks, is a fueling station, and you've passed a bunch of these as you've gone by. There's more abandoned vehicles in there. The thing that catches your eye, knickknacks, is the fact that there is some movement over by it. And you can picture it's what you think of like a gas station. There's a thing on top, right, that shelters vehicles underneath. There's the fueling stations in there. There's a little kiosk or shop where you can buy goods and whatnot. This place is part of, I'm honestly picturing it kind of like the Pacific Coast Highway, the way that this sort of has all is built up on the east side or further inland. So there's a lot of more wild and open area to the west towards the coast. And then to the east is where a lot of the actual developed, parts are. But what you can see there is there's a couple of vehicles, and the movement you see in the vehicle is people who seem to be gesturing. They're in this vehicle, stopped at one of the pumps that are in there, and knickknacks, they're inside and sort of gesturing. You can't make out anything much about them because of the glare you get during the day. You can see that there are at least two figures in there, but the thing that is more clear is the thing that leaps up onto their windscreen and begins smashing its face up against it. And that's one of these. And you can see splintering, and the thing is beginning to give way. If you quickly take a spot through your scope, you can see that the tires have been chewed out, and there's another one that's tearing the last of one of the tires off. It looks like there are three of them there, and it looks like there are three people inside, and from the size of the one waving you down, you would guess they may be a child.
Knickknacks will open comms to the group and tell them what she sees. There's, what do we call them? Dusters? No, we're dusters. I had to get my
your jargon out.
Get my jargon.
Vexers.
Jargon yeah.
Vexers.
Vexers attacking kids in a vehicle. Gotta exterminate them.
So they are about maybe a block away right now. Bone, give us a quick perception check. You're the driver. Let's see if you can spot. And Druda, you're in the shotgun. Why don't you give us a perception check as well?
And I think she'll say at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever the
Oh my gosh.
direction is.
So
Where is Druda's?
Bone can't quite pick it up.
Okay. Yep. I had all these new
But can you be?
things come up on the.
He's piloting. Can be using his piloting skill to do perception?
Well, I gotta know where I'm driving to.
Yeah, not really. So, fortunately, Druda did roll well enough to sort of like, hey, there! And you look over. I don't think you see the people inside Bone. You don't see the things on top. You see the vehicle they're pointing at. And the tone in Knickknack's voice is, how would you characterize it, Dave?
Desperate.
Okay. So what do you do, Bone?
Well, swerve the vehicle to stop over by them. Yeah.
Yep. Bus turn.
Lock and load.
Nice. Okay. And what do they call them? Suicide stick? That thing you put in the wheel to turn it really quick?
yeah, exactly.
So you turn this thing over. It squeals on the winter tires and begins going in. Why don't you each click on your token and then click on initiative, please? As you start rolling in there, and let's swap up for something a little more. Here we go.
I may actually consider taking like improved initiative for Zill because he's slow.
Yeah,
Oh,
that might be a good thing to do.
did you know that Sheeran matured at the age of 5?
Nice.
They're a short-lived race.
This is what we're going to have for a pause every time is the Sheeran trivia. This is the loading screen equivalent for a
Do
video
you
game.
want to know more?
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, I need...
I just reading him like, well, that explains why he doesn't know how to, keep his comments to himself and why he's always so interested in everything.
Yeah, he's still a kid, kind of.
Maybe maybe this is in character. You're like spout facts now and again about Sharon.
Yeah.
He's telling us about. Do you know that Kieran's mature early?
His intelligence score is quite high, but his emotional intelligence score is still quite low.
His charisma is 8, so
Oh, okay.
that's the reason.
Okay.
I mean, he's not, well, he's a bug, so he's ugly, but I don't know.
Hey, that is subjective.
I'll try not to make wisecracks, even though I played a Wise Guys game this afternoon.
All right, so you guys turn, and you can see that there are 3 of those things that are slamming themselves up against. You are currently about a block away, so what's that? About 250 feet? I think. So you're cruising in quite quickly.
On a moving vehicle?
Let's see here. Yeah, vehicle. I'm going to check quickly to see what the speed for the sucker is, because they don't have the SDF thing in the book. In the 6th module, they have a whole bunch of great vehicles in there, and there's actually vehicles in Tech Revolution as well too. But unfortunately, they didn't give the stats for the 2 vehicles you use in this, which was that Jeep thing and the other thing that I'd like to have.
Are they not in the armory?
They're the armory. I don't remember having vehicles in it.
I have it open. I'll look. I'll let you know.
Yeah, take a look. I know they're in the core
What are we
rulebook.
looking for?
I'm just looking for. Let's see here. I think I can find at the back of equipment.
There's armored transport, but I don't know if that's it.
Yeah. All-terrain transport, I think, is... well, it's urban cruiser. That sounds good. 55 miles here. This is what we got. So now I know how I can damage your vehicle. Awesome. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, I also know that you can ram something with this vehicle,
Yeah,
Jeff.
they have damage.
Do
They have
5d4 damage.
As long as we can repair it and or get it moving again.
We have a mechanic, so that's your job.
All right, so your movement in this thing is... it's only 20 feet. No, that's 20 feet is your speed, so full 500. How close to your max speed do you think you are? Max speed is 500, but like decelerating this quickly going into this thing is going to be tricky. How fast do you think you're going?
I mean, we probably would have been traveling at a speed relevant to how much time we had, but it's snowy as well. I'd say like about half speed would be my guess.
Spoken like someone who grew up driving in Manitoba.
Yeah.
Like, well, the weather conditions.
Oh, Jeff, I did give you that little auto injector to boost your skills by 2 for 6 rounds or so. So
cool.
You can slap that if you need to activate it for something tough.
So let's do this, Jeff. Why don't you say, tell me between 20 and 500, how fast are you going right now? And to give you an idea of how you can decelerate.
Oh, so like 200.
200 would, yeah, so what 200 would do is get you there very, very quickly, but decelerating might be challenging.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Hammering on the
probably what was
brakes means
happening.
I'm going flying off.
So what do you think? Should we say 100 to take 2 rounds to get the full distance?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay. All right, so you turn down and you're rolling up the service road, trying to, get up to where this thing is parked. There, you can see there are 2 that are on the at the front trying to get through the windshield now, and there's 1 on top. That's kind of, maybe there's either a sunroof or some other kind of thing that it's slamming its head up against. Let me get you guys in order here, and let me copy this sucker, put him under the initiative thing, and give him a turn. Okay. This is my way of trying to remember not to erase people. All right, so now there. Nat 20 for my initiative roll.
Good. Waste it.
Okay, so that's 20.
Get him out early, Kev. Get him out early.
Yeah, get them out of my system. These those Starfinder dice that I picked up, I tell you, they do a DM well.
It's like those green dice, or
Oh yeah, those the vicious green. I think those were a gift from my son. So you have Jaden to blame for how well those things rolled.
yeah. Thanks, Jaden.
All
Green
right.
dice, yeah.
So then what?
Get some Starfinder dice.
These Q Workshop.
Oh yeah. Dragon's Lair usually get stuff for me. I
Oh,
like
nice.
to
I love
order
these
from them.
ones. I got these black ones.
Those are cool. Yeah.
Oh, they're super, man. They're like great hand feel. The D4s are good size and have nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to read those.
Yeah, definitely. No, they're I think some of my favorite dice I own.
I'll give Jaden some D4s. Here you go. Caltrops.
All right. So let's see here. So they're just smashing their way through. I've got in mind how many rounds it'll take for them to get through. One of them, like the head, kind of breaks through the windshield, and it's like at these people, and you can hear screams even over this roar of Bones' engine. Knickknacks, what do you want to do?
Well, this whole combat tracking thing.
Now,
As long as they're in sight, I can
you are
track it.
currently 250 feet away from them. Just as a refresher, what you can choose to do is delay in your action and go after Bone. If you want Bone to drive 100 feet closer before you make your attack. I don't know how your sniper rifle is suited.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you actually purchase a sniper rifle?
It's not a sniper rifle. It's a laser long arm, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so the only reason I ask is a sniper has a very specific thing where, like, you got your regular range and then you got your sniper range that is dramatically longer.
No, I don't think we had the coin for that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, just Azimuth laser rifle.
So anyway, what would you like to do then? Do you want to take an action now, or do you want to delay until you're a little closer?
If I delay, I just get a standard action?
No. If you so that's a good question. If you want to bank something as a reaction, if X then Y, then you get a standard action when that thing triggers. What delaying does is moves you down in the initiative order, so you'll act after somebody.
Yeah, I'll delay until Bone gets us.
Okay. So I'll put you after
what the range is.
120 feet.
Okay, so you're after there. All right, so then, Druda, same thing. Do you want to delay or do you want to take an action?
Yeah, Druda will delay. Although at 100 feet, it's still like it's like my range is 50 feet for my gun. So
Okay.
I don't know.
All that means, so right now it
-2,
would be
right?
crazy. Like 250 feet away, that's 4 range penalties. So if you wait till you're 150 feet away, then it's only it'll be 4 range penalties then, right? Because no, that's not right. It'll be 2 range penalties. So you're minus 4, as opposed to the minus
4.
8 it is currently.
Okay.
You want to delay?
She'll draw her weapon, and she'll do it, because then at least if I shoot, I get.
Okay, so delaying
start.
means you're taking all of your actions later as opposed to readying an action. Okay, so I'm going to delay. Bone, you're up first then, I guess. What are you doing?
Yeah. Piloting closer to the.
So you bring it in. You're 150 feet away now, guys. As you're rumbling, the one on the sunroof kind of like looks over at you guys. The rumbling, no doubt, drew their attention. And then, again, just like you've heard, with one of them seeing the other two pull themselves out, and both look over. Druda, what are you doing? 150 feet away.
Druda is gonna take a shot, so it'll be a -4, and then attune since we're starting.
So it's
combat.
actually there's gonna be a couple of modifiers that play in here. For one, just,
Okay, movement
like
too,
I'm
yeah.
assuming you're not shooting through the windshield, which means you're gonna have to lean out of the vehicle, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then,
Yeah, if we're coming, it depends. Like, what side? Is this like a UK style, or is it a?
well, remember this is the dead winter, so it's completely sealed cab.
He's asking which side they're which side.
Which side?
of the cab they're in.
Which side we are approaching?
Oh, which side are you
is the
on?
driver on?
In either case, I think you can lean out of the window and get enough. You're far enough away that you'll be able to get an angle on them.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just checking to see what the modifier is in firing from vehicles. I think there's like an unsteady platform modifier. Let's see here.
Unsteady platform. Oh, I had
-2.
something for that before.
You have or you had?
With my Android Hunter, I had an unsteady platform bonus.
Savage. Yeah, Savage Worlds.
Savage Worlds, yeah. Yeah,
Savage
maybe call
Pathfinder.
something different in here. Let's see here. So attacks from vehicle. Where is it here? Powered actions, chase progress, combat. Here we go. Nope, pretty badass. 281. Hold on. Okay, you take a penalty equal to the vehicle's penalty to attack. So, depending on if you're cruising along in a high-performance hover, sled, then you're fine. If you're
bouncing around.
bumping along in this, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so Carl, and that's right. I'm not trying to just penalize you as I thought.
No, I mean, I'm not expecting to hit. I just need to get into combat so I can start attuning.
For sure, yeah. Yeah. So -2 to attack. So this would be a
so
-2. -6, I guess, in
-2,
total.
-6, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you lean out of the
So
vehicle.
how do I? Is there a way to put
I don't think
minus?
there is a way of adding modifiers on the fly.
Yeah.
So we just have to subtract 6 from this.
Okay.
Okay.
So not
and-
a full attack.
here we
It's a
go.
shot. That's a miss.
All right, so yeah, that is miss, but I mean, you're still pretty far away. You've definitely
Yeah.
drawn their attention. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
Yeah, I think the move would have been like rolling the window down and leaning out. Knickknacks, what are you doing?
And then attuning.
Yeah, and that's for free, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So you got a little glowing moat that's beginning to go around you. Knickknacks, your turn. What are you doing?
Knickknacks is going to target the one that was on the hood that broke through the glass, and is going to
What is the range of your rifle?
120.
120, so -4 in total to this attack roll.
Okay.
It's between range. Oh, that's a hit. An 11. Does that include your +1 from your exocortex?
I don't think my exocortex bonus is applied in any way. I don't have a mechanical.
Did you use
There's
your...
no way to turn it on and off.
Isn't it? It's a move action to have it trigger, isn't it?
Yeah. So
you
there'd
spend-
be another +1 on that.
Another +1 there. Okay, so then that's 16 -4 is 12. That is actually a hit.
Even if it just gets its attention.
Okay. All right. So you got one of their attentions. Gilles, what are you doing?
Speaking of getting his attention, Zill can't see any of this. He's in the back. He's like, "What's going on?" Grabs his rifle in his hand, runs to the back of the vehicle, and grabs the edge, just ready to jump out as soon as we slow down.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
All right. So their turn.
Nobody warned me. Nothing. It's like, what?
You're roaring between towards these things. They are. Let's see here. I'm just checking the senses. How far they can actually see. Oh, they do have. Yeah. Okay. So they see you. They're redoubling their efforts to try and get in. Two of them on the front are just hammering into the screen, and I think from where you can see Knickknacks, they're beginning to get like a little bit of. They're shaking as if like the screen itself is going to be pulled out of the housing, and then the one on the ground or the one on the sunroof is banging down, and you can see that there's someone who's like holding it up there from within. looks like one more round and they'll be in. Bone, what are you doing?
Getting us closer.
So let me give you an option here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So there's no modifier to piloting on this. Just a modifier to attacks. If you want to try and speed this up and kind of bring it in a like a power slide kind of thing, I think that'd be a piloting of a difficulty 20.
Yep, I'm going for it.
Get your injector, dude. Get your bonus.
Okay, how does
Is there going to be a warning on that, though?
It gives you a +2, yeah.
Some people are going to have reflex saves in a moment.
He's just gonna say, coming in hot.
It's coming in hot.
And for some reason, Jill and Knickknacks, you're the ones on the outside. You can feel suddenly the thing accelerates a bit.
Here we go.
As soon as this thing starts to slow down.
For every time that Roll20 does you dirty, Jeff, you got this.
It's always for this flavorful stuff, though. That
It's like Attack of the Swarm's Fast and Furious version.
Yeah. So, what do we see as this thing slides in and pulls up next to the this vehicle?
I'm imagining maybe bumping the vehicle, using it to sort of stop, sliding in right beside it. So
okay, so you're gonna bump up against it.
Yeah, using it to as the final deceleration.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make reflex saves. They're not gonna take collision damage, but I'll make reflex saves against the same DC, which is DC 11, I believe. Let's see, Urban Cruiser. Yeah, DC 11. On a fail, they're gonna go flying off. Guess who else is making those saves? So, Knickknacks and Dr. Jill, would you kindly give us reflex saves? Fortunately, I got 2 fails and 1 success. I think the one on the roof is still there. The other 2 have gone flying off. Okay. Oh, no. Dr. Jill, you want to spend
Dr. Jill.
point of astonishing fortune to re-roll that, or are you taking it?
I would, yes.
Okay, go right ahead.
Just because in my head, Zil was preparing to jump off the moment we tried to slow down, so...
Well, just the momentum helped him. Success. All right, so this thing slams up. 2 of them, let me see how I can position this. One of them is still on top. That's the one on the roof. 2 of them knocked off.
What was the DC, Kev?
What's that?
11.
The DC was 11?
11, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. All right, so yeah, so the one on the roof is the one you shot. Oh, the one on the window, the front. One of the ones on the front is the one you shot there, Knickknacks. You guys can see the health bars now, right?
Yes.
Not the numbers.
Correct.
I can be taught. Look at that. All right. So then, Bone, with that slam into a stop. Druda, what are you doing?
Drew, is it possible to jump out and charge?
No, charge is a full round action, but you can get out of the vehicle, and you could walk up to one or run up to one of them. But I think that's pretty much all you're able to do.
Okay, so I should probably jump out and take a shot.
Okay. So it will have to be the one on top because the others would have knocked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, go right ahead. No modifiers this time.
Yep.
Go.
Remind me, is Druda a melee character?
Yeah.
When she has her Solarian blade out, yes.
Oh, I should have.
Static arc pistol does EAC. That's is so close. Kind of there's electricity that arcs across the top of the vehicle. You can see when the paint on a vehicle sort of all suddenly changes color because of the scouring. That's what you've got on top. And your smoke gets lighter.
Yep.
Knickknacks, what are you doing?
What happens if you choose a full attack? Is that multi-attacking?
Yes, that a full attack means you attack twice, and you take, I think it's minus 4 to each attack.
We'll just take 1 then, because actually these things are pretty easy to hit.
They are pretty easy to hit.
With the laser
attached,
weapons.
At least right now when they're not attached to somebody.
Yeah,
So
with laser weapons, they're even easier. So that's at least 1 hit. 1 misses, but there is 1 that hits there. That is 5 points of damage. Nice. That 1 on top is scoured. Jill, what are you doing?
My idea was
so one thing I'm going to say, Jill doesn't remember that he's going to have to sort of take... No, I'm not making you take a round to do this, just I want you to roleplay accordingly. You wouldn't have any view on what the hell's happening out here. So you'd be partly taking in what's going on. But
Yeah.
go
So
ahead.
his first instinct, since he didn't have to leap off, is to climb on top of the vehicle and get an idea of what's going on. So he'll move whatever he can to get closer to Knick-Knack and look around.
Okay, so you hop out. You're climbing on top of the vehicle. I got it.
Like kind of like swing out and just climb up.
Oh, yeah. So it's using a skill, which means it's probably a standard action. Give us a athletics check, please. Yep. Okay, so you clamber up top. You walk over. You got a vantage now on where, you got up pretty much in time to see the two shots that Knick-Knack's made at these things. And you can see one of them is on top of the vehicle, and there's two that are sort of like turning themselves over to get back up again, having fallen off the top.
Okay, and then other action, I'll just move like closer to the front of the vehicle so I can see either side of the drive thing and just get ready to start shooting.
Okay. All right, now their turn. All right, the one on top is going to try and... so the only... Well, Druda's out, but she did hit her. I think it's going to try and climb up the vehicle to get to you, Knick-Knacks. You're not inside this can like these tasty humans are. So let me make a athletics check for this one. Yep. It leaps from the back of the car. You can see it hit the hood bone as it hits and then clambers up the windshield. And you can hear Knick-Knacks crying on top. It doesn't have enough actions to attack you, Knick-Knacks, but it is engaged with you right now. Okay. The other two are going to burrow and then start moving along.
I hate those things.
Bone, what are you doing? So you know for sure there's one on top, and you saw two other ones knocked behind the vehicle right now.
I'm just thinking that, like, I'm picturing that he, like, kind of, right now his door is against the vehicle, so I think he's gonna pull.
So it is, remember, you are in like one of those big military things. I'm picturing you can open it's high enough that you could probably open.
It's tall enough I could get out.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. I'll get out, probably onto the roof of their vehicle or something, or their hood or
Onto the
something.
hood. And there's a hole in it. You can see there is one adult, I believe. It is.
Do we?
Sorry, it's a couple, a man and a woman and a child that are in there. And you can see through the kind of hole in the windshield. The rest of the windshield is ruined. It's a spider web that you can barely see through. But there's a hole about the size of one of these things' heads that you can see them through. So if you want to say something to them, you're free to.
Do we have room in our vehicle for more passengers?
Hell
or
yes.
not?
That was part of your task. Is pick up stragglers.
Yeah, then I will try to get them out of their vehicle, like signaling them to get out of their vehicle and into our vehicle.
So here's your options right now. Their door likely is on the passenger side blocked. The door on the driver's side opens up to where you saw those other two things fall. Third option is pull that windshield out so they can crawl at the front.
Yeah, I'll try and rip the windshield right off of the
Give us an athletics check, please.
Get a +2
Oh, that stays for a bit?
for 6 rounds.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Well, that's a 30
So
then.
what I think here's what you get. As you grab this thing and you wrench it back and you stand up and the light hits you just right, you look down, the little kid is wearing one of your jerseys.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
Hey.
I like it.
So
Get in the back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Come with me if you want to live.
get to the
All
chopper.
right.
Totally.
Then Druda, what are you doing?
Druda is going to have her moat become a sword as a move action, and then move 30 feet back.
Okay. So you're like away from the
Kind of
vehicle,
looking
you
for
mean?
those things, huh?
Like away from your vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, to get a good sure. So you're moving back
A
and
view and then a charge.
awesome. Yep, and your moat or your sword is just glowing right now. So you're at 3, aren't you? For
Oh yeah, now I'm at 2, and so now I'm at 3.
Knick-Knacks, what are you doing?
That's good.
This thing is in your grill.
Yeah. She's going to use her energy shield.
Nice. So standard action. Why don't you tell us what this looks like?
So it's her exocortex just kind of like flashes a little red light, and then all of a sudden you see all these like pinpoints on her armor just kind of like start to glow, and then they interconnect, like, you know, it's kind of like connect the dots and then fill everything in really quick.
Love it. Okay, that was a standard action. You still have a move action if you like. So if you move without taking a step, then you will draw an attack of opportunity. One of the rare things that draws attacks of opportunity in this game. But what you could do is step and try and like slide yourself off of the top.
Yeah, like is Druda on one side?
Druda has moved like on the passenger side about 30 feet back.
Okay, I think I will slide to that side.
Okay, why don't you give us an acrobatics check to see, because it is quite a drop from the roof.
Sure.
Okay, trying to avoid taking any damage here.
Oh no!
I think I go to, like, you know, jump off, and my foot catches on one of the things I was using as a handhold, and I like tumble off and fall.
Okay, do you want to spend Astonishing Fortune to re-roll that, or are you taking that nat 1?
No, I'm going to keep that nat 1 and take my lumps.
So shield goes up, shield goes down. Let's see here.
I like it.
So you take 5 points of damage as you fall off.
With the shield.
And you are prone on the ground. Okay, and I think that it's as part of your action. You can see this thing sticks its head over, looking down at you creepily.
And my shield just went.
Jill, you're on the roof with this thing right now. What are you doing?
Am I like in immediate contact with it?
You did move up to it, so you would be counted as adjacent to it too. Yeah.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, since it looks over the edge towards Knick-Knack, I'm gonna just shoot it point blank with my needle rifle.
Now I think your needle rifle counts as a long arm, doesn't it? Because I think it's only small arms you can use in.
It's a small arm. That's what it's listed as.
Oh, is it a
Needle
small
rifle?
arm?
Yeah.
Okay. Then a small arm you can use in melee.
Okay.
I think you can use it in melee. Hold on, does it?
Like in adjacent range.
I'm just trying to remember if it. I'm gonna look up one last time. I keep looking this thing up.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember if it means that you can use it at all, or whether it means that you don't take an attack of opportunity. No, so making a ranged attack at all draws an attack of opportunity.
Right. And I think you can only use small arms in.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna step back and then shoot it.
Okay, so you step back on the roof.
Yep. And if I'm gonna try to hit it with the inject, I'm gonna do an inhibitor on it if I hit it.
Okay.
So we'll attack and pow.
Go. That is a miss. So close. Scritches off of its armor.
Yeah, I was making sure everything was added correctly. Yeah. So step back, shoot it like. Why'd you leave me alone up here with it?
Okay. Then it is these things' turn. So, Knickknacks, you see this thing, you hear the distinctive discharge of Zill's, or Dr. Zill's rifle, and then you see this thing's disgusting, mandibled face kind of look to the side, and it is going to leap on you. Your KAC is, Dr. Zill, is a 15, right?
Oh, it is leaping on me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I need an 8 to hit you.
These things.
That is a 12. This is Dr. Zill, you've got one of them hanging off of you right now. The other two are moving, and Druda, you're sort of looking back and forth, trying to get a sense of where these things are. Why don't you give us a? Oh, hold on. What is your perception bonus again? +5.
+5.
+5. Okay. So, just because you can't see them doesn't mean you might not be able to detect them. They're moving this round. That's all they're doing. Bone, what are you doing? Those people you can picture have started climbing out on their turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna manifest. No. I'm gonna jump down Can I see where Dr. Jill is? I'm gonna scan or whatever it's called.
I think so you're standing on the vehicle. He's on top. If you spare a look up, you can see he's like and got one of these things hanging off of him right now.
Yeah, then I'm gonna climb up to where he is to try
Give us
and
an
assist
athletics
him.
check. Another 28.
No.
Okay, no, but you're up
17.
there. You're up there, so you leap up, and you're up there now. That would be a standard.
Attack.
I don't think you can attack this round. It's just you'll be able to climb up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll just yeah.
Okay, Druida, what are you
Move
doing?
up there.
I guess she wants to ready an action to see if she sees one of those things burrow up to charge it.
You got it. Okay.
If I don't know. Can I do that? though? I don't
Can't
know.
ready a charge. You can ready an attack.
Yeah. But then she'd have to move if it's not nearby.
Remember what happened last time these things came out of the ground?
They like come up like near a person, right?
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna ready
Okay.
an attack.
You got it. Then Knickknacks. You're on the ground.
Part of my move or to stand up.
Yep. So, your move is standing up. I think it might be a move action. Let's see here. Stand up is a full move action.
Okay. And she stands up from prone, and she'll actually move to Druida.
Okay. So you and Druida are sitting side by side or back to back, as it were. Jill, what are you doing?
Panicking.
Okay. You can give us a strength check if you want to try and throw this thing off of you.
Do I have another option?
You can let it attack.
Well, it's going to attack me. That's going to happen.
Yeah, but
I can move. I can move with it on me, right? It's not.
Yeah, you
preventing
can
me
move
from
with it
moving?
on you. Yep.
Bone's right there too.
I know. I'm going to like move right next to him and crouch down so he has a really good chance of punching it off me.
We
Get
learned.
it off me!
If
Come
you-
on. Actually, could I do like a full defense or something?
You can.
Stop.
Yeah.
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 But we learned in the. Never mind.
Remember, we're still new to.
Yeah, but we also learned in their first two encounters with these things that you can throw them off, and they're easier to hit when they're not attached.
Yeah.
Well, I could do a defense and take a -4 to my actions, right? while I
That
do
doesn't
it?
help them to hit you, though.
Oh.
That
It just
doesn't
means it's on you
help.
longer.
Yeah, that means that it's still as hard for the. It means you're going to less likely to be hurt, but it does mean that they're still as hard for them to hit. They get a +4 to their AC when they're on you.
Okay, he's panicking. He'll try to throw it off.
Okay, all of us is running through. Because remember, Jill was the one who was attacked the first time, right?
Yeah, and you
Right.
got yeah. So.
So,
No.
oh no!
Get off me!
Give us a reflex check.
You hear him saying, "Same
Or
team,
save.
same team.
Reflex save, please.
Get off me, you bugger!"
Okay, so Jill is like Bone. You can see him. You're like, stand still, damn it! And he runs to the side and almost falls off of the top of this thing with this thing attached, but manages to sort of wobble and catch himself. Then it is this thing's turn. Oh boy, double
Hate these things.
attack.
You know what you should have done, John? You should just take a full defense. Then it would have been harder to hit you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dr. Jill. All right.
So I can take it. I can take
You
it.
can take it, no doubt. So effectively, I need to roll a 10 or higher to hit you. So here we go. 10, 18 on the first
Stop
one.
it.
Miss with the second one. So you take 7 points of damage as this thing rakes on you.
This one doesn't bite as hard as its friends did.
I didn't roll quite as well.
Oh, good.
Okay, so then on the ground, Druida, you recognize the telltale sign of the road beginning to cave way as one of these things is bursting out. And as it leaps out at you, why don't you go ahead and give us an attack roll, please? Or whatever your ready to action is.
Yeah, the sword slash.
Sword, okay, you got it. Okay. It's a hit.
4 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. And one is coming out for you. And what's over here? So Gilles has one on him. I'll move it to the back so it's not covering up your stuff there. And there's one that's just come out next to Knickknacks as well. Yeah. But that is all they're able to do this round. I have to spend the time. They can't move quite as quick underground. So Knickknacks, good job relocating. Bone, what are you doing?
Well, he's gonna use his new power.
Oh, nice.
He's going to use his Swarm Strike.
Okay.
And so the nanites begin swarming across his fists, and he's going to punch this one that is on the good doctor.
Go right ahead. Do you have to activate that at all, or is it just something that you can automatically do?
Let me click on it and make sure.
Do the Swarm Strike.
Where the heck's my...
Just gives him a fancy attack. Actually, his sheath has to be active. Sheath array.
Oh, okay. When you so I form my sheath array. That's my action.
And what does your sheath array do? Let's see here.
When you form your sheath array.
Because I think it gives you. Is it like an AC?
It gives
bonus?
me a bunch of bonuses. Yeah. Wait, I have it entered somewhere.
Okay.
Here it is. I did type all these things in, or
It's reflex.
pasted them all in.
Nice. Okay.
Granting you, +1 reflex and +1 insight. Oh, and I choose. Well, let's make it athletics and acrobatics.
Okay. And you get 10 hit points, it looks like, too.
If I want to spend a surge.
Oh,
But I'm going to
okay.
spend the surge to do this as a quick action so that I can also attack instead.
Nice. All right, so then go ahead and make your attack roll.
None of the things on my character are my surge total, right?
No, we can. How many surges do you have? We could do like we're doing with the other guys and just use the dots.
Yeah, my surge. Blah, blah, blah.
So it's half your nanosite level plus your con mod.
Okay, so
5?
my con is +3.
Plus 3, so 4.
4 total. Yeah.
What color do you want for your surge?
Doesn't yellow? I don't know.
Yellow?
What else
Okay.
we got? Purple? Whatever.
Purple?
I don't know what's available.
Yellow,
We
purple?
already got red. Yeah,
Pink?
either one's good.
Yeah, okay, so then 4. So
I
it's
like
down
both
to,
those.
if you're using nanosite, you're 3.
Yeah, so it's at 3.
All
and
right.
then I can do my attack.
Go right ahead.
Swarm Strike, here we go.
Attack plus appearance.
Come on. There you go. Solid hit.
Oh, nice. Damage.
Now, do I have any idea from fighting these things before which type of damage would be good? I guess I've used piercing before.
So
and it was
I'm not sure
good.
there's anything in the game, and I could be wrong about this, that has a higher KAC than it does a higher EAC. There may be things that have resistances, but from what
Yeah.
you've seen before... Oh, what Dr. Gilles could do also is spend a move action. He's within 60 feet of these things to try and learn something about them.
Oh, we agreed I wasn't able to do that.
No, we were not able to do it the way you were saying, which was at the start of the session without any restriction in range. We play
think
by the
that's maybe-
rules here, John.
We got to work on our communication skills.
Maybe that's something we'll talk about after this fight. I'll ask him
Yep.
if he knows.
Yeah, Druida has life sciences too.
Yeah, after my second close encounter with these things, I know exactly where to hit
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Okay.
Well, I'm
the
just
thing is,
wondering.
it doesn't give you like it's not going to give you stuff. I'm going to give you narrative explanations, and you will do with that what you will.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I'm not giving you any specific game mechanics because we're not playing a board game. But I want to make sure it's a meaningful and useful ability. If you're using a move action to make use of it, that's fine.
Well, Wayne is cracking me up in the chat. That's great.
I'm cool with that because I don't, that's something, people meta.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's I
It
think that-
takes me out of the immersion.
totally, and I think there's a way of doing it. The fact that it does require
Yeah,
the
you can
move
do
action,
narratively.
and
Awesome.
it does have a restriction of the he needs to have his med kit out to make this search. Like there's restrictions on it. It's just the way that it was presented. It was like an archivist or the archivist ability where it's like you see something and you automatically get stuff. That I don't like. This I think is a cool way of playing up the scientific genius part of his character. So
Right. Yeah. And
I
that's
just
something.
and I think you're absolutely right, John. I misunderstood what you were saying before about what its ability was.
cool.
I thought it was like at the start of the set encounter automatically triggers regardless of where you are. Once I looked it up afterwards, I'm like, oh no, this is actually a pretty cool thing. So that was
Yeah,
totally
that's-
right.
that's all I
What?
expected.
He's got a metagaming skill?
Yes.
Bullshit.
It's a metagaming skill.
It's definitely one of my vulnerabilities. Okay, so Bone, that is one hit. You still have a move action if you want. I'm not sure if you want to move anywhere.
No, I'm trying to keep on this thing. I want to get it off him. So.
All right, Druida, you got a Vexer next to you trying to get up on top of you.
All right. She looks at Knickknack. She goes, "You know I can blow up, right?" And she's going to attack this.
There's a flare of solar energy in her eye.
Yeah. I don't want to.
It's another application. We need to work on our communication skills.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, solid hit.
it.
Holy smokes! Look at this, Carl. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
How it carves into the thing. You can see like the energy on the sword is almost like eager to try and get free. It's pulsing and racing up and down like golden lightning. Anything else, Druda?
No, she's going to stay close,
Okay.
Knick-knack.
Knick-knacks, what are you doing?
Would it be a stride to try and reposition myself so that I'm further away from Druda, but still engaged?
So it would be a step. A stride is a PF2 concept. What you can do as a move action, but it was a very good effort to try and use the nomenclature of the game.
I'm going to use a schwanker.
Yep. So you can take a guarded step as a move action, which is a 5-foot step, and you just don't take attack of opportunity when you do so. So you could do
And then
that.
you can shoot it.
So then I can also shoot without being an attack of opportunity from being
Bingo.
melee range.
Precisely. Yeah.
So I'll do that step,
Okay.
and then I'm going to. But that's part of a move action, right?
That is a move action. Yeah.
Yeah. So my target is still on the one that is on
Jill.
Zill. So
Okay. Okay.
so then I'll just attack the one that's on me.
Go right ahead. You don't have any bonuses in point blank range, do you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, nice.
Holy smokes!
Thank
Solid
you.
hit.
Jeez.
Nicely done. All right. Then it is, unless there's anything else that Jill's got. Or sorry, that Knickknacks has. Jill, your turn. What are you doing?
Now that the reassuring form of the large bone is next to him, he gets a moment
Bella, is it Friday already? Hey.
to study. He's going to use his micro custom lab to get some information from it as a move action, and then try to the best way to throw it off of him. And just where's his weak points?
Okay, so let me read one thing here. I don't know if that. Just so you're not, be unexpected. You're not going to get a bonus to any action.
No. It's just
Okay.
narratively.
Yeah, just
describing why he's.
and he has been studying. That you said before. He's trying to take samples. This is a fascinating study.
Our biologies are similar. Where is your weak point?
Okay, 1 second here. Let me just. Here we go.
I wanted to.
Are we looking at a map of
Okay.
the west coast of Canada and the U.S.?
It looks very much. Yeah. This is.
I know. And the heart.
Okay, so then, Jill, give us. It is a. You treat your roll as if it is a 20. So you.
To the life science roll?
Yes, because you when you make, that's one of the things that part of your ability is you treat it as if you rolled a 20.
Okay, so that'd be. I have a plus 10 to life science.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, what you learn is that
It
because
really hard.
What you're seeing is these things appear to be utterly and totally without fear, to the point of destroying themselves. Like that. The however much damage, you've never seen these things back off.
They've twisted their medulla oblongata.
Go ahead and now you try and throw it off. Give us a
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
strength
trying
check.
to throw it specifically towards Bones' feet.
Okay.
No,
Oh Jesus.
it's got me good.
Man, well, let's see if it gets you good here. So we've got 2 on you there, Jill. I'll roll my d6s with it as well. Here we go. That is only 1 hit. You take another 6 points of damage. These hooks hit you on the back and rake along your armor. You're not taking any actual damage yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Then the one next to you, Druda, is going to try and leap up on you. Druda's Casey's I need an 8 on this. 4 is a miss. So I think you hit it so hard you threw it off balance. So when it leaps up, you're easily able to cape out of the way. And then Knickknack's thing needs to step over to you. No, he's going to move over to you and then try and leap up on you. Knickknack's Casey's a 13, which means I need a 6. Cannot see. I rolled a 3. So it leaps up on you and unfortunately misses altogether. Then it turns, hisses. It is engaged with you again, however. Bone, what are you doing?
I'm going to again attack this thing and try and get it off of my friend.
Okay. Come on. Yes.
Thank you, Squish.
What does it look like as you tear this thing apart?
Yeah, like I think he's using piercing damage with his sort of unarmed attacks, and he just punches like right through the chitin or whatever of this thing, and just right into the internal organs, and just sort of the nanites are just like tearing it apart from the inside as his fist goes through it.
So at a certain point, Zil, you can feel the thing kind of go limp, and Bone tosses it off of it, and I think it hits the top of the car. Just as the families kind of like finish coming out of it, they're like, ah!
And the sunlight hits right behind his head, and Zill's like, my savior.
Well, when you still have a move action, if you like, it looks like there's one on your sister and one attacking Knickknacks.
Yeah, I feel like my sister's got it under control, so I'm going to jump down to help Knickknacks.
Okay, why don't you give us an... Let's see here. Give us an acrobatics check, please.
Yep, and this is round. This is the last round, I think, of the booster.
Okay.
Right? Or is this the fifth round or the sixth round?
I actually haven't been tracking the rounds in
It's
this one.
round 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is plus
I should
3.
do that in these games. Sorry, I don't know why I don't do that.
So it's plus 3.
It just plus,
from the.
plus, yeah.
No, but my sheath is now giving me plus 1 as well.
Okay.
So I am super. Oh, thank goodness for the plus 3.
Okay, so plus 3 is
Plus
still
14 total,
unfortunately
yeah.
not quite good enough. So you're going to hit the ground a little hard.
Okay.
3 points of damage as you hit the ground. Ugh. That comes off your stamina. And then it is Druda's turn. What are you doing, Druda?
Juda's going to try to finish this one off
Okay.
to make sure.
Yep.
And then if she can, she's going to move around to flank with Nick.
Okay, so you race over your
like
sword. Yeah, still.
I don't know if you want me to do that. If
Sure.
I can move it back.
Yeah, that works. Then it is Knickknack's turn. What are you doing?
Second verse, same as the first.
Okay, step back a bit and then.
Step back a bit and then let a blast go from the laser rifle.
That is a hit. What does it look
Nice.
like as you
Good job.
score through this thing?
Yeah, I think it's, she steps and moves and aims the rifle, and it goes and straight through it, and it just like blasts out the other side.
Amazing. All right, so Druda, you're the one who was keeping watch over here. I didn't give you. Well, I'm gonna get rid of these things. Remove all turns. I didn't give you an opportunity to describe your kill. What does it look like as we move out of this combat?
Well, she like sliced, just ripped through it. It's not like it doesn't smoke or anything because I don't have fire on the sword.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like it rips through it, kind of does that thing with the legs, and then she steps up
Okay.
to back up Knickknacks. But she's gonna have to step back from everyone and release the photons,
Okay.
I believe.
I think what you could do is just release it in some kind of dazzling display or something like that instead. Something non-damaging,
Yeah,
if you want.
Flare like a gas station thing.
Yep.
The gas station sign lights up briefly. All right. Then there are the two. With those three things defeated, it does appear as if there are no other vexors lurking around. But the fact that these things are this far out. Remember, you thought you left these things behind on the other side of the river at Fort Gallant after that bridge was blown.
Zill leans over the side and says, still alive, but I told you they'd tunnel under the river. I told you. I did. And he climbs in the back to go look at the family.
Okay. Everyone's looking around like, who is disagreeing? What?
You're just like more likely she helps her brother up. More likely they just had multiple invasion points.
Fair.
Scouting party.
You hear Zill from
Flyers
inside.
dropping him off. I mean,
You hear Jill inside like, that is also an acceptable answer.
You think they're smart enough for a scouting party?
These things? No.
What?
They did something to their minds. They're all anger and no fear.
Well, actually, remember what you learned from before. These things are used as scouts.
Yeah, that's why we sent out our first
I
mission.
was not there for that session.
Our first mission, we were sent out to watch for these because they have like a hive mind, and if
that's
one of them
right.
spots you, they can transmit that information to other ones. We just don't know how far over what distance.
We need to move then. We're not safe here.
Yep. Right.
Okay, so the family that you rescued are Katra, Muriel, and their daughter is daughter's a fan of Bone, Zabeka.
I am also a fan of Bone. We use this as a bonding exercise.
Yeah.
We'll get you a T-shirt in the next time we see a souvenir shop.
There we go, Muriel and.
You know what, Kev?
Yeah.
I think you're going to need some Bone Voss shirts on the Redbubble store. With
Yeah.
What's his jersey number?
In like a jersey form with some numbers.
Yep. And it has. Well, I mean, we
What number was he?
We know
What number
his
is Bone?
team. We know his team's the Bombers. We don't know what his number is though.
Yeah, I think he wore the number 55.
It's a linebacker.
It's like a James West kind of number.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Nice. So then, guys,
Are any of the three survivors wounded or in need of medical assistance?
no, they're fine, but they were they're extremely grateful. Why is the SDF? Are they picking up stragglers? Are you like trying to pick up other refugees?
Yes. We have a mission that we must complete, but we are picking up stragglers as we go.
Where is he? Where were you heading then?
Zill turns and points up at the mountain. Up there.
So Linmari City is the place that you guys were heading. That's at the base of the base of the mountains there, and then you're going to head up to a temple in the mountains, the Temple of Hylax.
Checking her rifle, and she looks over to them. If you have provisions or other items in your vehicle that are necessary, you may grab them.
Where are you? You're heading to Linmari? That's where we came from. We work at the food processing plant there, and the manager wouldn't let anybody leave. They're confiscating everyone's fuel.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. She insisted that everyone needed to stay because they were the company. The company Longship Agricultural Alliance, LAA was going to send people, something to go and evacuate them. They had worked it out. They said they worked it out with the SDF. We didn't believe her, so we acquired the vehicle and fuel and got out. We were trying to make our way to Rios City when we were attacked by these things. There's nothing else in our vehicle, but she looks over at the fueling station. She's just that I'm not sure that's been picked over yet. There's a
perhaps?
little like kiosk store or whatever right next to it.
Somebody want to? You guys, we should just leave them in the vehicle, lock it up, and go check. There could also be other people, maybe hiding in them.
Okay.
Or more of these
But we must be quick.
creatures.
Okay.
Okay. So who's going to check the store or the shop?
Well, if they're not wounded or anything, Zill would go with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we all going, or are we?
See why not?
Yeah.
Okay. So the people will make the family will make their way into their surname are the Newells, Newles, Katra Merrill and Zabeka Newell.
We come back and the vehicle's gone. They've taken back off the roof.
Would take the keys.
Or a bloody smear in the back from where they were attacked by the Fexers.
Do you want me to leave a grenade with them?
Oh,
No,
No.
Better than being eaten alive.
they can sit in the vehicle. It's secure.
Well, here, We'll hear them yelling and screaming.
Okay. So they're up into the back.
Zill hands his
They're listening to this
backup
and-
comm unit to them and says, "Call if something happens, and I want this back when I get back."
Okay.
They're probably all eyes wide. Give them a grenade. No, they'll be attacked. No, there'll be bloody smudges in the vehicle. What?
Kevin's introduced NPCs. We have to care about them now.
Well, I mean, you guys have not really taken care of NPCs in the past campaigns.
They have
but-
names.
So you guys, the family gets in the back, and you guys are free to get in. Tell me about the precautions you take as you're entering the store. And I guess the other question is, do you want to take 10 minutes either while people are doing this, or like Joe, I think, is the only one who's really substantially down stamina. Mm-hmm. While they're checking the stores, Joe, you could take your downtime to catch your breath.
Yeah, you can hang out with them if you want.
How much stamina can I get with a 10-minute break?
All of it. If you spend a resolve point, you get all of your stamina back.
Yeah. How about I stay with the family? You guys duck in there and look at what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you spent a resolve already
Take your
today?
grenade too.
I have.
Take your
spent one
grenade.
today.
Okay.
So take his grenades too. I don't want him to blow himself up.
You are welcome to try. These
Okay.
are mine.
So Zill will spend a resolve point to get his stamina back as he's watching with the Newells. Then Bone, Knickknacks, and Druda, what are you guys planning on doing?
I think Knickknack's going to stow her laser rifle, and she'll pull a tactical semi-automatic pistol because it's better for short range. She'll nod to Bone and Druda and like, okay, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah,
Judah
keep doing it.
keeps her sword active.
Okay.
This
Go
says,
forward.
"Call me if you need me. I'll come running."
Okay. Swords out. And Bone, you have your nanite thing still active, or?
Yeah, I'll keep my sheath active.
Okay. So it is a bit of a, for one thing, the store is actually is open. So you're able to open the door and get in. It's not that big. Like it really, it's one of those like more like freestanding ones rather than a proper store. So there's a little like, there's a couple shelves worth of stuff that are in here. There's a place where the register, like the sort of checkout place would be, where the pump jockey might go. Yeah, Domo, exactly. Space Domo. Or Husky, Canadian. What you can see, though, is that they apparently were a little mistaken. Whoever either was working in here or passed by, people have largely cleared this out. But what you do find, in addition to just some junk snacks and things like that, you do find 4 high-capacity batteries. For those of you who are using energy weapons, 4 high-capacity batteries, and then a roll of ion tape and a zip stick. The ion tape is kind of like space, duct tape, but then when you hit it with the zip stick, it freezes in place hard, like plastic.
Where's the party? Okay, there it is. Are you putting this in the party loot, John?
I did not know.
Okay, so 4
high-capacity batteries, a zip stick, and a roll of ion tape.
It's cool.
Oh, and I can actually change. We're back to...
Ooh, high capacity is nice.
You had music playing. I didn't even have it high enough to hear it.
So I'll take a battery for my arc pistol,
Okay.
and definitely for your
Bone, do you need batteries?
No, I have a scattergun that uses traditional ammunition.
Okay. Well, we'll take these other... So you're going to take one there, Druda?
Yep.
So we have 3 high-capacity batteries.
Okay. I can't remember what Briz uses.
He's got a laser
So
pistol.
he'll probably
thing,
want a
I
high
think.
capacity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I able to recover darts, or it's just assume they're
No,
broken?
I think they're anything. It's just like any other kind of ammo. It's destroyed. It's not like arrows.
Good thing I bought 50 of them.
Okay. And so the zip stick and roll of ion tape, what kind of skill or what would you be using that for? Like repairing a ship hull, or is that
here? Let me tell you. I'll give you the.
Ion tape. It's like duct tape. It fixes anything.
Right, but are we talking like ship hull repairs, or are we just talking like patching your armor?
Here, I'll tell you. Am I in the right book? No, I'm not.
I love all the little knick-knack things you can find. Well, no,
Knickknacks? Yeah, knickknacks are very useful. I think.
No relation to knick-knack in the party, but
No,
all the fun stuff you find.
I 100% agree. It's one of the things that I think I did not appreciate at first. Like when you look at it, you think like, oh, it's so stupid. At every level, you gotta, keep upgrading your character. But when you think of it in terms of like, you keep finding cool shit in the game over the course of playing, because you've been gaining levels and gaining stuff as you go. That's pretty fucking badass. It's one of the things I liked about 4th edition was that you get to have a constant stream of cool stuff going to the players. I
was looking over the cybernetics you can get implanted. I'm like, ooh.
Nice. Okay, so ion tape is a ribbon of material lightly wound around a spindle. A roll of ion tape fits in the palm of the hand and comes with a wide range of colors. A single roll contains 50 feet of tape. A single strip of tape is easy enough to cut through or tear. It has a weak adhesive that keeps the tape in place when wrapped around an object. When an ion tape is exposed to an electrical charge of any type, including a jolt from a zip stick, like you guys have, or zip stick, the tape bonds into a single mass of plastic-like material, gaining a hardness of 8 and 15 hit points. When used to bind a creature, a few strips of activated ion tape require a successful DC 28 strength check to break. A second jolt from the electrical source causes the tape to revert to its weaker ribbon state, at which point it can be torn easily. A strip of ion tape can hold about 5 pounds of weight normally, but when activated via a jolt, the single hardened strip can support up to 300 pounds.
Wow.
So it can be used, the uses for ion tape are many. It can be used to construct basic objects like a ladder, patch holes, or bind prisoners, and so on.
Magic space duct tape.
Love it.
That is awesome.
It's actually the first time that appeared was Iron God's Adventure Path.
My players never found it.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So who wants the ion tape?
The mechanics are probably...
Mechanic.
Mechanic's like, nobody wants this. Give it to the mechanics carrier. All right, carrier.
I mean, what kind of mechanic are you without duct tape, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Total.
You're the Tom Green of... not Tom Green, what's his name? What's the name of the guy?
Red Green.
Red
Can
Green.
you check George's character sheet and see if he uses a laser pistol?
I think he does. John was saying... Let's see here.
I think I've seen him shoot a laser pistol.
Bone and Zill have no need for high capacity?
He has a laser pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Zill is highly considering getting into laser weaponry, but...
Do we... Drew, do you want to take 2?
No, I have like 2. I have a battery that's I've used a couple times, and then a full battery. So, and then...
I think it's the high capacity ones. So
the high capacity one I'll save, after I use them.
Well, how much is
I have like 2 regular batteries, and I mean, it's a lot of shots.
How many charges is a high capacity?
40. So like that's 20 for Druda from that, and then 10 for the other 2. That's 40. 40 shots is a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since she's mostly melee, so I just take 1 as a.
Okay. So then,
I
guys...
should have given Zell my laser pistol. Then I sold it.
Okay, so do we want to put 1 high capacity battery on George's character sheet?
Sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not sitting in the party loot?
I think he may have 1 already, so I think I can just add it to his...
I have a battery.
Let's see here.
I have 2 batteries. But not...
He just has a regular battery. So let me add... I think I can drag and drop that.
Yeah, I have to close my character sheet so I can do the same.
I mean, I have a backup tactical semi-automatic too.
Yeah.
He's got, he's got a high capacity battery. Okay.
Okay. And then, so we have 2 left. Do anybody else use?
I mean, if you want to split them, or just leave them in the party loot, it's fine.
Well, no, because party loot is like this ambiguous space. So either they're on someone's character sheet, we can always give it away later.
Yeah. The only answer I'd have is just ask, or the only thing I would ask is who's carrying the party loot then.
In the vehicle.
Oh, just divide it then. We'll take 2 each then if we're the only two.
I'll take 1.
Are you worried about carrying capacity?
They're light.
Their bulk is dash.
Yeah. Yeah, so they don't take up any weight whatsoever. Knickknacks, if you just want to carry that stuff and then distribute it as needed, Druda, to be honest, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong here, Carl, she's more of a melee fighter anyway.
Yeah. She's a melee anyway, so that's why I'm only taking one, just in case.
So you keep it. You're the sniper, Knickknacks.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
You need ammo for days.
How do you put down that there's 2?
Quantity.
There should be a quantity
Let's
button.
see here.
Quantity.
It is
Level, number, bulk, cost.
Yeah,
usage.
the number.
quantity, it says. If you're looking under equipment, quantity is the third column over from the left. Name, level, quantity.
Oh, number?
Yeah, if you got your cog open, it's the number.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So then, with that, guys, anything else you wish to do?
You know, we want to head to where they left.
Yes, that's where they say, or you say you're headed. They're not crazy about running into the more of those critters on the way, but they're also concerned about if you bring them back, the administrator of the facility is someone named Rada Cooper, and they're concerned that if you bring them back, they're going to get arrested or face some kind of consequence for having stolen a vehicle and fuel to get away when they said they couldn't do that.
Their vehicle's not in a shape to travel, is it?
No.
Are there any other vehicles nearby that they could just transfer the fuel and then drive off with?
You could try and get one of them going, but it would probably take you time. Anyone who could try and get away has. It's 140 miles to walk from here to get to Rios City.
You know, given the choice, I'd rather they don't walk and stay with us, but
I mean, they don't have to get out of the vehicle.
Yeah, they hide in the vehicle.
So they say, I mean, they're happy to go along with whatever you suggest. They just know that if Ms. Cooper finds them, then the corporation may take action against them.
Well, if Miss Cooper has a problem, we'll deal with Miss Cooper.
Okay, they're happy with that.
Does that sound good, guys?
Yeah. I mean, is this planet now under martial law? I mean, how does it work now?
We're evacuating the planet, so yes.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. There's not. Yeah,
they're definitely gonna complain.
If they can tell somebody.
Ooh.
If they bring it down on their heads, well, then so be it.
If you guys are setting us up to have an SDF JAG unit get involved after the fact for the legality of your actions, then guys, you are fucking playing to the choir here. Oh, mama!
If they don't know what happened, there are no repercussions.
You can't handle the truth.
What was the name of the tape?
Ion tape.
Ion tape.
No, I put like 3 lines of notes into the party loot, and then I must have hit cancel instead of save, and all that stuff I wrote about the tape is gone.
Ion tape.
Yeah.
Ion tape.
Yeah. It's so think of it like it's like masking tape, or not masking tape, like duct tape, but when you hit it with that zip stick, it gives a little charge, and it hardens it.
I'm just going to put
the
ion tape
plastic.
on my sheet.
Yeah. A single strip can handle 5 pounds when it's in its soft state and 300 when it's in its hardened state.
Wow. DC 28 strength check to break it.
Yep. Okay. So with that, there's nothing more than, thanks to Bone's amazing driving, there's nothing more than superficial damage to your vehicle. Ooh. So if they hop in the back with Jill, you guys get back in your positions again and start rolling out.
I might, yeah. Okay, we don't have time.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I want to, like, if I'm going to be perched up top, I want to, like, engineer some kind of little, like, safety grab or like a handbar that I can hold on to or something like that will give me.
Don't you have iron tape you could literally do that with?
Yeah, you could put iron tape on your legs and then zap it. And then...
So you just tape it, make a handhold, and bzz, and there they go. It's stuck.
Bing.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do that with 2 spots for like footholds, so I can stand.
Okay.
Hey, I want to do something. Use duct tape.
All right. Perfect. So, you got these things positioned with your score in with mechanics. Like it's exactly as you want it to be, Dave. So,
We have
The best thing is,
48 feet of ion tape now instead of 50.
the best thing is if you hit it with a zip thing again, it goes back to what it was.
Goes
You
away.
can take these. It goes away, or does it just go back into its little?
Goes back to like normal state.
yeah,
right?
to its
So you can
loose
just
state.
use it.
Now you have 2 portable footholds that you can just zip anywhere afterwards.
The only difficulty is I don't think it keeps its adhesive state. It does go
consumable.
like you can make it go. Actually, I don't even know if you can make it go back and forth. I think it's that second zap allows you to. So if you secured something temporarily
Release it,
and you
yeah.
want to get it free again, that's the way to get the shit off. But
I got footholds now on the top of the
yeah.
track. So we're
Well,
good.
and I think I'm picturing the manufacturers of the packed worlds. They also wouldn't want you to only have to ever buy one roll.
Don't make it like they used to.
There is built-in obsolescence in the ion tape.
Kind of like the iPhones.
Kind of like every one of our my laptop, everything. Okay.
Just tech nowadays, yeah.
Yep. All right. So with that, you guys hop into your respective places. You roar your beast back to life, Bone, and then pull back out onto the highway and begin rumbling along once again. Bone, you're the pilot here, so why don't you give us a D20 roll, please? This is just a flat check to see if something happens.
Yeah, more stuff. Kill things.
Whoops. Sorry. Clicked that twice.
So
3s are bad.
you're going along, and what you can see, let's see here, who's got the higher? Yeah, it's definitely your sister who sees this. Druda, you're sitting in and looking out the window, and there is a whiteout that seems to be coming, oncoming from the east towards the highway.
Whiteout coming. Jeez.
Yeah, you can see there's just like a wall. It's it looks like there is a White Hawk coming in on you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to
How
do?
far away from the? Do you, like,
Crystal shard.
hunker down or try to get to the first red dot?
I'm confused. Is it weather coming at us, or is it one of those spaceship things?
Either.
White Hawk is a snowstorm, just like in the Crystal Shard or in the Night Below. Kev seems to like these for some reason. I'm not sure.
I told you, love this adventure. It's like it was written for me. Okay, so what
To
do
kind of
you?
use some iron tape to secure us down, and then wait it out.
No, just race. Get to where we got to go.
Okay,
Is there like a window between the main cabin and the back? This thing?
I think they're probably.
Like a limo window?
I don't
Well,
know.
then-
I don't know if there
In
is
some
actually.
military vehicles, they have like
I
slides.
mean, you
open
guys
up
have like your short range comm units you can use. I don't picture there because it would probably be modular, right? Like you'd want to take it,
Okay.
be able to take the top off and whatnot. So I don't see there being a slider in the back of the vehicle. But you have your comm units to be able to communicate back and forth.
Okay.
Yep.
Just
So-
you hear Zill. Keep me apprised of what's going on. I won't be surprised again.
So White Hawk coming. We're debating whether to outrun it or hunker down.
How far off is it? Can we figure it out?
Who's got survival?
Ha!
So survival check there, Druda.
No, I don't have survival.
Oh, you have no points in it.
No.
No.
I thought someone
Get it?
took it.
I thought someone
no one
did
has
take it.
survival. No.
No.
I suggested Dave do it, but he says his wisdom was horrible, and it's not Nick
Okay.
or Zill's character to do it yet. So.
It's tough to tell. You know, but Bone, you're from here. So why don't you give us a survival check, both Druda and Bone? I know you're not trained in it, but let's just see how you guys do.
Yeah, 20.
You grew up in this.
It's blowing to the east.
Yeah. All right. So, Bone, you look it over. Here's the thing. Driving through it, whether you try and power through this thing or whether you try and drive around it, it's going to run the risk of potentially, having a little fender bender or something like that over the course of the drive. it's going to be about as difficult. The only upside is, if you go fast, is that the chance of I guess that what I'm saying is the chance of having an adverse incident with your vehicle is going to be equally high. If you get involved in a collision during the White Hawk, the likelihood of serious damage to your vehicle is lower, but you'll be in the middle of a White Hawk and having hit some vehicle that was abandoned on the highway. If you speed through it, you're in a collision, the likelihood of all you have to do is, so long as the vehicle's still movable, you can back up and keep on going. The downside is you'll be traveling faster, so your vehicle would take more damage. So you want to...
Right.
And we have civilians to take care of.
What's our time for this mission like, right? Because, we do know that there is a time limit here.
A couple days, I think we're given.
Days, isn't it?
It's like 3 days.
Right, but I just mean, what's our leeway on time? Do we have time to hunker down for one of these things?
Oh, yeah. So
how long do these storms normally last?
And how long was it supposed to take us to get there? That much to get back?
What she estimated, this is it's a difficult to judge thing. I think what they said was that you have 2 or 3 days. You should have plenty of time to be able to come back and then get to the evacuation, but this has been a changing by the moment kind of plan as it goes. So
yeah, I don't think we have time to wait it out. That's what Bone says. I think we got to keep going.
I agree, and I'm gonna come inside though.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to make the civilians as safe as possible. We got seatbelts or anything? Safety
probably.
harnesses for troops?
Yep, probably. Yeah.
Get the people strapped in, Zill. I'm gonna see if I can I do anything to try and boost the...
If you're worried, as long as your environmental suit is sealed, knickknacks, you don't feel, even in the worst of the cold, you can be in vacuum and be safe. But what level is your armor?
Second skin.
First level.
Is second skin level 1 or is it level 2? Level 1, okay. So that 24 hours of sealed systems with that thing.
Okay. Well, I can still be out here and watch then.
If you want. You can't. If you're in the White Hawk, you're not going to be able to see much, but, just cold will not be a factor for you because of your sealed thing. Yeah, John?
Zill would like to point out over the comms to Nickak, if we hit something really hard and you go flying, we don't know you're gone and we might lose you. And then when you call us, it's going to be hard to find you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm coming inside.
Okay. Are you going to ride in the cab on the bucket seat between the two vesks, or are you going to sit in the back?
Bucket seat between the vesks.
Okay, so you're up front. All right, then, Bone, you are speeding up on the highway. We can see sort of, in the anime, version of this, we see a sci-fi vehicle very slowly moving across the foreground with a giant white storm moving in towards you as we slowly move along. Yeah, we're taking a mid-session break in a second here. Let's just see how Bone's piloting check goes.
I was going to ask if I could do anything to boost the vehicle or make it easier to travel in this snow.
I don't know.
You've got Astonishing Fortune.
Yeah, there is Astonishing Fortune. I don't know if you could do it without...
Yeah, let's re-roll that.
You guys could have a moment to stop the vehicle. If you want, Nick, sure, give us a engineering check, please.
There we go.
I'm thinking if we transfer some power from, the computer systems, we could get it, more speed, maybe.
Yep.
Pick up one of those high capacity batteries.
Holy smokes, okay. Now,
and I did re-roll the driving or the piloting.
Okay. And hold on here. I am just remembering. I can't remember if I think aid is a 15 in this game, and it's 20 in.
It's 20 in PF2 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's aid another DC 10 check. Awesome.
Oh, so it's the same as PF1. Cool.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So actually that bumps it up to a 20 or 21. So what was the suggestion you had, Nick Dax?
Was trying to make it either faster or more maneuverable in the snow, depending upon what we could modify.
Okay. So, just expecting that you're going to be on poor traction again, maybe you take a little bit of the air out of the tires. Yeah. So it's a little looser, so it gives you a little bit of a better grip on that unstable surface. Yep. And you nail it precisely. So, Bone, I think there is one very, nail-biting moment when you nearly hit something, but thanks to the traction on this, you want to tell us what that moment is?
I think that he hits a patch where the ice, it's like black ice where it's like ground right into the road. You can't even see it.
Yeah.
And I think he's just like, maybe daydreaming at the time, and the vehicle just starts to like shimmy sideways for a second.
Yeah, the wind catches it funny.
Yeah, the wind catches it, and he kind of didn't even imagine that a vehicle this big that could happen. And then that sort of clicks back in, like, oh yeah, I am winter driving this thing. Like, this is serious.
Yeah. You're basically describing almost every trip I've driven back in my Jeep for Christmas over the Canada number one. It's fucking brutal. Western Saskatchewan, or Eastern Saskatchewan in particular, awful. So you're going along, and you catch this point, and you guys can all feel the whole thing lurches to the side, which is just like a stomach, turning kind of experience. And fortunately, you're able to. It catches just at the edge of the road as you're about to go over sort of to where the ditch is on the side, and it continues carrying on. Because of your keen driving skills and the knickknacks modifications, you guys are able to make it to the outskirts of Linmari, all the way up to here, actually. You can see as the White Hawk seems to be skirting the southern side of these mountains, which are called. There actually is a name for them. Let's see here. It is
the Rockies.
Is there a name already I gave?
No.
Okay.
The map.
The Jirdos Mountains. Oh. So I knew there was a name in there. Hold on here.
Evos Mountains.
Jirdos Mountains. You can see them looming up ahead, above you, as you come rolling into town. And I missed our mid-session break because we started late, so my math was all over the place. We're gonna take our mid-session break now, guys, and then we'll be back momentarily, and we'll see what you guys find in the city of Linmari. So for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily.
Hey, Carl, how familiar are you with Starfinder overall?
Pretty familiar.
It's my. I think I played like 2 one-offs, and this is my first real campaign.
Yeah.
Are there any injector laser weapons? Doubt it. No.
No.
Always going to be targeting KAC then.
Yeah. It's good to probably get a laser weapon just in case. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a laser sword?
I believe so. I mean, that's what Solarians have. Is like their light sword, right? Like
I don't want a multi-class though, so. Well,
there's. I mean, there's multi-class eventually. Look in the armory. Let me see.
I'm looking at Biohacker, and it's a pretty front-loaded class.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking at level 4, at 5th level starts, I might multi-class out.
Yeah, they have like Skyfire, like a flaming sword.
Cool.
Level 7.
I think Zill's
Plasma
more of a
sword, shock truncheons.
Those sound cool. I think Zill's more of an electricity, energy focused guy.
All right.
Yeah, I have the arc pistol. So cool. I have the arc pistol.
So, guys, as you roll in to Linmari City, what you can see... Oh, sorry, it's a small town, not a city. It consists of a few dozen buildings constructed adjacent to the headquarters of a Longship Agricultural Alliance, a company that owns the surrounding farmland. What you can hear as you're driving up, and this is a unfortunately distinctive sound that you've come to learn all too well, is pow, the sound of a laser blast discharge. As you wind through the streets trying to see what's going on, and the White Hawk seems to not have passed a little further south of that river that you passed, or the offshoot, the canal here. It wasn't me. Yeah, Nick, as you pass the White Hawk, so if you do want to climb back on top, you're welcome to do that. And your footholds and handhold are still solidly in place. Okay. What you can see then, all of you, you probably have the best advantage on this, Knickknacks, is that, what is that I see over there? Is that block text? A handful
of block text.
A handful of townsfolk are gathered in front of a boxy building that looks like a modest food processing plant. A sign above a pair of metal doors reads, Longship Agricultural Alliance. The crowd seems upset. Their anger and confusion directed towards a human woman in a business suit standing in front of the doors, flanked by 2 security officers with laser rifles. And I have an illustration of what this woman looks like. And I love this illustration. Once again, this is someone who understood the art assignment. Because if you want to describe to me space middle management, tell me that they didn't nail it with that one, guys.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Yeah.
And some solid shoes, although they might not be great for winter. But
they also, I mean, there may be some transparent force field type stuff to keep her protected from the weather.
Oh yeah, totally.
Although, like, if you look at the face, she looks an awful lot like Julia Louis-Dreyfus. So I think someone was using a model for that. Nothing wrong with reference, I should say. So as you're getting in, you see this human woman standing in front of the doors. She raises her hands in an attempt to quiet everything and says, in that kind of, HR, corporate speak, or tone at least, friends, please. I hear and understand your concerns, and so does Longship. Rest assured, we are here to help. Corporate has authorized a private evacuation for the citizens of Linmari and the ships will be arriving shortly. Please return to your homes. And someone steps out from the crowd, a guy dressed very much like the folks in your back, and say, "Private evacuation! The regional governor has told everyone to get to Rio City. Why won't you let us leave?" And there's sort of a, "Yeah, oh. And the woman smiles thinly. "Mr. Gorse, the roads between here and Rio City are very dangerous. Longship is merely looking out for your safety. Now please disperse." And the guards kind of bring down their laser rifles to kind of a ready position. "I won't ask a second time." And that hangs in the air, and as you guys are sort of driving up towards this building, the crowd is dispersing until they see you. And they're sort of looking over, they're like, "Hey, the SDF is here! Hey!" And people are coming up, and they're starting to kind of bang on the front of the vehicle, so you slow down to sort of just a slow roll, Bone. Or at least that's what you're able to do, unless you want to drive through these people.
No, not at all.
Okay. What do you guys do next?
Can I ask him what's going on here?
Okay.
Oh, we kind of
Our orders are to make sure these people evacuate, right?
Yeah.
So did what this woman said, is that contrary to what we're told is supposed to happen?
Yes.
Yes. Everyone's supposed to go to Rio City for evacuation.
Yeah, we don't know anything about special evacuations. We were told to bring people with stragglers with us if we could.
Okay.
How many are out there?
The crowd in total has got to be about, let's see here. Oh, they're like way more than what can fit in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's at least 100 people
But then
out
we
there.
could convoy it, right? I mean, if we need to.
But we'd have to commandeer the vehicles that they have confiscated and won't allow them to have to get away with. So we're going to face resistance.
Resistance is futile.
Okay. I'm picturing this going through over the comms as you guys are pulling up. Bone, where do you want to stop the vehicle?
Well, I think we need. What do you guys think? I think we need to speak with this woman.
Yep.
Best not to use names.
Okay.
Okay.
So, if you,
Well, we can tell her what our commanding officer said to do.
Yep.
But our radio is not going to reach them, right? Like we're kind of.
to reach back to Rio City, no, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've taken out like space stations, so communications is, I'm guessing, eye level over land kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, even it's less that more so. Remember that they were jamming,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So yeah.
Lots of static.
So you guys pull up and stop, and you can hear people are banging on the side of the, and they're low down. Remember, your vehicle is quite high up, or the cab at least is.
Yeah. So I
Climb
mean,
down safely.
Okay, they're like,
Druida will step out and ask the woman what is going on here. The orders from the SDF were to evacuate.
and they're like, yeah, and you can tell things. It's got that it's that feeling you had in the camp, but with 100 people as opposed to less. This could get out of control pretty quickly.
Perhaps
And-
this is a conversation we should have in private, Druida.
Like, no, come on, she won't let us. Let's go, come on. We should take it, says someone from the back.
Whoa, take what?
The fuel or the vehicles. She won't let us have them. Longship has seized all of them. Yeah. And she puts her hands up and she says, soldiers.
Do they have authority to do that? Would we know that?
The property, this is a company town.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, it is questionable as to whether they would be able to in these circumstances, but that's sort of the fine details of the legalities of that will have to be decided at a later point. They've
Sounds like
done
we'll get
it.
some big corporate lawyers to deal that shit out.
Most definitely. Fortunately, I don't know shit about corporate law.
Well, we know her name, right?
Yeah.
They told us her name, right? So
The Nulas did, yeah. And if you ask them through the comm, you can just have, if you need a reminder, Dr. Zill could be like, what's her name? They're like Rita Cooper.
yeah. So I go, Miss Cooper. I mean, there are those creatures out there. The swarm. Do we call it the swarm?
Vexers.
Yeah, most
The
definitely.
swarm. The Vexers are coming. You are all in danger. We need to evacuate. We are here to make sure the evacuation proceeds.
And as I've told the employees of Longship and contractors, we have an evacuation coming in. Longship has arranged for the evacuation.
How is this evacuation coming in? We have no airspace superiority. We have no air superiority right now. Anything out there is going to be destroyed by the swarm.
Zill comes on the phone that communications is jammed. How are they getting a signal?
Like,
Communication is jammed. How are you getting a signal?
I assure you, so that we have had contact with them, and they are come in. Your information may be out of date, soldiers. Where did you come from?
The place where we're evacuating from, right?
Where did we come from? What was the name of the city that was destroyed?
Rios City.
Yeah, city. Yeah,
No, but before that, we came from.
capital. No, capital's not the capital.
Brinoa?
Yeah. We're all the way from the capital, Granoa, which has been destroyed by the swarm. We've seen.
There's no transport coming.
So you can knickknacks.
Unless you are better armed than the SDF elements out in space, there's no transport coming.
She puts up and says, soldiers, I assure you your information is wrong. Longship Agricultural Alliance
is wrong, ma'am.
is working in conjunction with SDF to get these people to safety, and I would appreciate you ensuring calm so no one gets injured in the time between now and when they arrive. Knickknacks, you can definitely tell she is hiding something. The rest of you guys, she just seems like a corporate asshole. But Knickknacks, there's definitely a feeling that there's some other reason that's going on here. It's not just corporate bullshittery.
Okay.
So what she does then is turns and heads inside, door shut, and they might as well have set up, like, again, it's a company town. The most fortified place is, unfortunately, the Longship headquarters here. And there's 2 armored guards who are standing outside, too. And they're now starting to get the verbal abuse from the crowd.
We need to disperse the crowd. They're not going to make this easier. If we're going to talk any sense to that woman, it's not going to be in front of these people.
She's already inside.
She's definitely lying about something.
Zill comes on the cop. He's like, should we rescue the priest and then resolve it when we come back?
Some people are like, are you here to take us? Are you here to take us away?
We thought we were.
Well, then take us. Take us. We'll come. We're ready. And there's people coming over, and they're starting to, like, now it's starting to turn into that kind of, like, rush on the convoy trying to fit as many people in.
Yeah, Zill doesn't let anybody in unless the group approves it.
As soon as they open the sort of doors, you've known the concern about that the Nulas had about being spotted here. What steps have you taken, if any, to try and conceal their identities or anything like that?
Well,
I think
one of the things is not to let them in. That's
We'd
one
have
thing.
locked the vehicle, I think.
Okay.
Boop, boop.
Okay, so they're starting to bang on the back of the... Let us in! You're supposed to help us! You're supposed to help us!
We can't carry everybody in that little vehicle. We'll need to work things out with their corporate overlords before we can leave. Please go to your homes until we return and come get you.
So
We're not going to leave you here for these transports.
If you're the one doing the talking from the top there, Knickknacks, why don't you give us a diplomacy check? That does sound quite diplomatic of you.
Yeah, that's great. I got no charisma bonus, no points, but there's always a dice roll.
Heck yeah.
Always astonishing fortune.
There's always a dice roll.
Astonishing fortune?
You want astonishing fortune, that sucker?
We have a angry crowd on our hands requesting a reroll.
Granted.
There's no choice,
Reroll incoming. 3, 2, 1.
It does not seem to be. Knickknack's efforts don't seem to be. I think it's as the way Dave had sort of role played it. It's just too gentle. At this point where it's just not. It's not impacting. They're in too agitated of a state, and there's too many of them, and it's sort of all feeding off of each other.
We kind of need some additional support here in getting this crowd control.
Bone is gonna open his door and lean out, and he's gonna say, "Clear this area!"
Nice. Give us an intimidation check, please. And I'm going to adjust for your fame as well.
I thought he was going to say it's crush ball time.
We've got another point. Do it.
Yeah, we got another hour.
He throws the door open, hits a kid right square in the head.
Hey,
he's attacking kids.
Well, I kind of imagine maybe it's more like his fame is instead of being intimidating, it's more like, oh, that's it's Bone.
He's going to save us, and they're all grabbing out the door.
He's going to save us.
There's 1 point of astonishing fortune left. You want to spend that to re-roll?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'd say do it. I mean, Zill doesn't like to see people harmed, and this is getting bad real quick.
All right, okay. I'll re-roll it. Yeah.
Come on, roll 20. Come on.
Roll 20. Come on. Yes.
Oh, way better.
With that and with your fame, the crowd immediately starts dispersing and sort of going back to their homes. There's a lot of muttering and there's all the same. You've not made a great impression on them right now, but it does give you enough time to safely, get out of the vehicle and sort of assess the situation for yourselves. Behind the town is where you can see the road carries up and then into the snow-covered mountains. Somewhere deep in there is going to be where the temple to Hylax is located, and that priest that you're looking for. Remember as well, there was another squad sent ahead of you that they've lost contact with. So, with you guys getting out of the vehicle, the two security guards standing outside of Longship headquarters are looking down at you guys, but more in sort of a, an interested way, more so than an appreciative way of you resolving the the problem. So, what do you guys wish to do?
I think we should talk to these guys. Our lead-in could be to find out if they've seen anything from the other squad. We do have a mission that we have to try and achieve here.
Okay.
And then maybe try and get in and talk to their, whatever her name was, corporate overlord lady.
Rita
Cooper. I'll change her description of her thing here.
Longship manager.
Okay.
No. Worst case scenario would put the fear of the gods in her and make her think the swarm's coming.
Well, we told her the swarm's coming. She doesn't believe us. So.
Well, we told her, but we could make her believe.
Okay. So, what are you guys planning on doing? And this is all happening over the comms with your thing sealed because it is still quite cold out. What are you guys thinking?
And we should lock this vehicle.
Oh, Zill's going to stay in the vehicle so it stays locked. So.
Okay.
I think we need to go talk to these corporate bosses or go look for this priest in our missing unit.
Okay.
Maybe they know more about what's going on.
We should ask about the missing unit, and I think we should then go after the priest or get what information we can, and then on our way back, because we're going to be bugging it back, I'm pretty sure. That's when we...
arrange for the rush convoy?
Yes. By force or by diplomacy, because maybe the high priest has some sway that we don't.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So first, let's just try to find out what happened to the squad, and then, do what we can.
Okay. Who are you thinking of approaching to, there's some people probably that are making their way back, or are you planning on talking to the security guards, or trying to get access to speak to Ms. Cooper?
Do we see anything about these security guards that might make it easier to talk to them? Are they particular species or?
No, both are human. They are both armed, so they got the heavier armor on and laser rifles. The typical kind of like rent-a-cop stuff you'd have at these more remote locations, and in particular for specific managers as well too. Industrial relations, unfortunately, have not changed. They're no different in Starfinder universe than they are in ours. So yeah, I mean, you can easily walk up and talk to these guys if you like. They're just effectively standing outside the big metal doors leading into the Longship headquarters.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk up towards them too, and as you guys are getting up, you can, the hand goes up, and in the best sort of like stormtrooper through a calm, like a vocoder kind of a voice says, "Sorry, soldiers, we no access to here. We can't let you in."
You know your boss is lying, right?
What do you mean?
The swarm is coming. There's no transport arriving from your company for these people, unless you're in on it.
Druda, why don't you give us a diplomacy check, please?
Okay.
She's got decent charisma.
Yeah. He's trained in diplomacy.
Nice. So one of them sort of looks at you and looks over at Bones towering over all of you. I mean, Druda's quite tall as well. Mm-hmm. Then he looks up at you and it's like, "Look, ma'am, I'm not happy with the orders, but I've seen the printouts. Miss Cooper says that someone from Longship's coming in. They say that they're coming to rescue us." And then the other one says, "Look, but..." And the other one looks back at him like, "What are you doing?" And the other one looks up at you, Druda, and says, "Look, she's been acting strangely since word of the evacuation. Like, you know that too." And the other guard's like, "Yeah, but, I mean, look at what's happening. I'd be acting strange too." And she looks back at you. They look back at you guys. Says, "Well,
what do you mean strange?"
"Just off, on edge, a little strange, different. But that's, I don't know what. She's a nice lady. She means well. I trust that if she says that this is what's happening, that Longship's coming, they're coming. So, and we've got our orders." And the other one says again, "We've got our orders."
No, if you're gonna die for those orders, sure, but that's what's gonna happen. With those things out there,
they shrug and yeah,
They rip you apart.
They're definitely sympathetic towards you, but they seem not willing to budge on the.
What's the harm of letting them have the fuel and the ships if they're just going to get evacuated anyway?
Because we can't help them. That's what they say.
What if we were to take them back?
My orders are to keep the vehicles and the fuel. I've got no authority over you soldiers.
So you're not allowed to give the fuel or the vehicles to the citizens, the corporate employees, correct?
That's right.
Are you ordered directly not to give the vehicles and fuel over to the SDF?
Do you have any authority? Do you have anything we can give to Miss Cooper that says that you have access to that corporate property? And he's not arguing with you. Like, I think he's saying, like, if you had that, it'd make his job a lot easier. Like, Druda did a great role on diplomacy. They want to be able to help. It's just that, they also don't want to get fired.
Yeah, I can totally appreciate that. I would have to check to see if we have that kind of authority.
I mean, this whole world is under martial law. We have our orders. We can show you copies of our orders and what they say.
You actually don't have anything that says that it's under martial law. You don't have any express authority right now to.
Okay, I thought we did.
Nope. You have ways of picking up stragglers and bring them back, and to get to the temple and come back. There's nothing that you've got in in writing at least, that says that you're able to seize property from other places or engage in violence with, Susquehanna citizens, and corporate or otherwise.
Zill sends a private message to Knick-Knack and says, Knick-Knack, how hard do you think it would be to hack into their systems with all the lines down and see if they actually have orders to wait?
Well, actually, what Knick-Knack was thinking of doing is using her custom rig to try and hack into their system and generate some orders or generate some proof that says that she has.
So there's different ways of accessing computer systems in this, and unsurprisingly, the sort of network component, like the web and whatnot, is as damaged as what your comm units are. If you do want to access it, you're going to need to have certain ways. The whole 2-factor, 3-factor authentication that we are moving towards is a standard protocol in Starfinder. So what you could get is these guys may have some kind of key access, but it would likely be paired with some kind of password as well. But if you've got at least one of those things, it potentially gives you access to secure computers, and then you can start doing other stuff with it.
You know what that means?
Some of the employees might have some kind of access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might.
Okay.
I mean, they're all agricultural employees. All the people who work with the...
Right.
Somebody has to manage the managers, and the managers manage the little guys.
Yeah, but she's managing the...
I don't think she's doing it all by herself.
If you guys got in there, there's no doubt.
Hard points or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's effectively like a closed network, and then once you have access, and this is the way sort of computers are set up in Starfinder, is that one of the ways to keep yourself safe is if there's no way to get access to it. Here, where all that secure communication would take place would be in their sort of local thing. If you had if you say lifted a card key or something like that or ID from these guards, that would likely give you some security access to some parts of it. And then if you had a password that you could get through some kind of, I don't know, you can force them to do it or you can get it otherwise, that would make it so you don't even need to make a roll to gain access to have whatever access they can get. But if you only got one of those things, it just makes it that you have to otherwise hack. Who's a great computers character? Who's got a great computers skill? Nice.
I have a 7 in a hacking kit, so...
Okay.
I have a 9 in computers.
So that means I can assist you.
Well,
assist
play
is a
decoy on the network.
Here's FYI, the way I run AID in this is that there has to be narrative justification for it.
Well, I was thinking more like act as a decoy on the network, and whatever systems are trying to stop invaders would go after my signal versus his.
But if they become aware of invaders, there are usual countermeasures that are triggered. First of which is usually alarm, but it can run up to electric plates that do 12d6 damage. It's unlikely that this has that kind of security, but there is that kind of security here.
And we also don't want to be breaking in right away.
Yeah.
So that's something maybe we figure out on the way back, or.
Well, here's one thing that you guys would say. No. If she had access to more people, would you not think they'd be out there trying to deal with this crowd?
Yeah, that's what I thought. She was.
So this facility, it may be fairly understaffed right now.
Yeah,
the 2 security guards you've got. So while, yes, it is a facility, there's a couple of things. One, this is in a podunk agricultural town, so the level of security here is not going to be at the level of a military installation or something like that. And secondly, the number of guards that she may have access to may be the 2 gentlemen you're speaking to right now.
Okay.
We can ask them. Are you the only ones who stay behind?
Because you rolled so well, they're like, yes, which means that we're working all the time. So please, soldiers, we don't want any trouble with you. We're just trying to do our jobs here. And
have you seen another crew of soldiers coming through? Just gotta play along with
3 days ago.
Really?
3 days.
Yeah, a couple of days ago. There were, 4? And the other one's like, no, 3. Yeah, 3 that came by.
They head up to the mountain to the temple?
They did. Is that where you're headed?
Yeah, we haven't heard. Operations leader hasn't heard back from them, so we were sent to check on them and or finish what they were supposed to do.
And the other one says, so you're not here to evacuate the people?
Well,
it's a joint.
secondary objective.
Okay, they kind of nod. Well, it's good that you got that thing and kind of gestures at the road. Those roads are ugly in the wintertime.
We have an expert driver.
Good.
Yeah, and we Bexers, is that what we call them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we ran into a patch of the swarm a couple hours back.
You sort of look at each other.
Scouts ahead to infiltrate.
Really?
Zill reaches in.
Three of those burrowers.
Trophies.
Yeah.
Three of those burrowers.
Well, Jill, you're in the vehicle, aren't you? You said you weren't leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding. So they sort of like. There's not really much else other information you can get from. If you have other questions for them, they're going to be happy to answer to your questions or Druda's questions to the best that they can without getting fired. But they can't let you have access to Miss Cooper. If she's gone back inside to do something, there's got to be something she's dealing with.
Bone, do we want to just... This is private comm. Bone and Druda, do we just want to subdue these guys gently and go in?
I think Druda's saying negative. She says
Definitely.
we could just leave our contact information. This woman wants to contact us. We're more than willing to explain.
She's lying about something, though.
Oh,
There's
for sure. But
So this has been about 9 hours of driving all day. So it is getting to evening right now.
we could stay around in town and,
You can ask around if you'd like to. There's going to be like a company kind of bar, like a local bar people would be bitching at, I guess. You're not going to be super welcome there, I don't think, after screaming at them, But they what do you call that? Also, if you keep leaning into that, they may respond to that. To give you an idea of the difficulties here, if you do choose to try and infiltrate the facility in any way, difficulty at night is going to be a DC 16. So you can judge that based on your character's abilities.
If they're all three of them are up, and like they're the only ones there, then all three are duty all the time. They are going to be tired.
Or jamming stim packs. Remember, all the stuff's all happening over the past of, a couple of days or whatnot. You guys came across that one group that was traveling with a bunch of those.
And we got a good night's rest last night, so we can go for a bit.
We want to try and get up to the priest?
I think we should complete our primary objective before we do the secondary.
Yeah.
But Knick-Knack, you said you sensed something. She's hiding something?
Yeah, something in her voice. There was like a tell that, it's when she was talking about the transports, something's not right.
How about we have our good guard buddies here that Judah made pass her a note saying, we know she's hiding something. We're coming back. Time's running out to have us help fix it.
No.
I just leave it open that she can contact us. We really want to help. I agree with the idea of wanting to help.
Yeah, but we're not going to be here very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the opportunity to offering more help, but yeah.
Okay. So the trip from here up to the mountains would take, it's probably only about an hour, in this weather, probably an hour and a half, but it is quite tricky driving weather. So there would be a piloting check involved here too. Yeah. I'm laughing at your comment, Dave. Yeah. If you're traveling at night, it's also going to be the piloting check will be a little higher. If you're traveling during the day, you've at least got visibility, assuming that a Whitehawk doesn't, blow in. Although it seems to miss the Jordos Mountains usually.
Do we have any night vision capabilities, folks?
I think outside of our
Low light.
No one bought that for their armor, did they?
it was
I have
expensive.
infrared, but I don't have night vision.
I think infrared is night vision.
It's a dark vision 60 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But
There's like
60
I
feet
can
again,
also-
it's having your low beams on, right?
There is superior like dark vision where you can see as though we're daytime, but that's way outside of our price range.
Yeah.
Well, I have piloting 6 and night vision in my armor. Infrared.
Vex don't have dark vision, do they?
No, they have low light.
Sure, we got lights on this thing, right?
Yeah.
It having the lights on, the trouble is it just doesn't give you that much.
I mean, it might even be better to just wait, camp out here, maybe try to infiltrate this place, and in the meantime, before
In the morning?
and then go in the morning.
Yeah. That might be a better option. What do you think?
I don't need much convincing to try to hack this place, so
All right.
And we're gonna have to sneak in and stuff.
Bone?
And if these guys are tired,
Look, I don't like this corporate BS. We signed a union. The players. We don't put up with this. Our contracts are rock solid.
also still is not stealthy.
Not only is he an athlete, he's bringing up the best parts of yes. I love this Bone guy. I gotta get Bone jersey.
where do I go?
There's a reason Zill likes Bone. He is the ideal leader. Although you should probably put ranks in Intimidate because
No, I'm not good at it. But he's not really intimidating. I mean, he's
I think Judah's our leader.
Yeah.
Judah's our
intimidating
silent leader.
on the field because of his abilities, but he's not a mean guy.
I don't know, the narrative says otherwise.
So, what are you guys
I
thinking?
think Druda is our leader. Bone is the right-hand man muscle. And then we're the fill-ins.
Dude, I'm just here to heal you guys.
What do you think, guys?
I'm just here today.
I like the idea of breaking in
I do too.
and then go in the morning to the monastery.
Well, why don't we go to the bar for a
Stay.
bit? Maybe
Yep.
these guys, the security guys take a break and they unwind at the bar for...
Or maybe someone there will talk to us.
And they might be able to serve as a
Get it?
distraction.
Or a back door.
They know we're trying to get in.
Okay.
They could run interference. Like
I don't want them to get shot or in trouble.
No. We can't risk their lives.
Every
odds
good
are
adventure-
we're not going to save everyone, but I still want to try.
Every good adventure's got a bar scene. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Point.
Okay, so is that what you guys are planning on doing? Is it going to the bar?
Yeah. Sounds bar.
Okay.
We're going to end the session with a bar fight.
So you guys make your way over to,
Potentially.
you walk through the streets, the wind is blowing, snow is piled up everywhere. The place has it has that lived-in future kind of Star Wars vibe from the original trilogy, right? Like there's a bunch of sci-fi stuff, but it's beaten down and it's clearly heavily used. There's agricultural kind of hover vehicles. There are non-functioning robots that are used to assist with the harvesting or the sorting or whatever. As you approach the bar, you can hear the sound of music coming from within. It just seems like it's playing over, and if you look through the window as you're going in there, it seems pretty fucking full. Like no one has, without anywhere to go, there's nothing else really to do other than go to the bar, so it's packed tonight. But everyone seems to be involved in sort of heated conversations.
Maybe this is a bad idea.
As you guys, let's make a sense. Everyone, give us a sense motive check, please.
Seriously? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's an angry bar. People are drinking.
Bone has cowed them so far. Okay, so Zill, yeah.
I sense hostility.
Yeah.
I'm telepathic a little bit, so it's like,
Druda did pretty well.
Oh yeah, so Druda and Zill, like you look in and you can judge the mood. Like they're not going to fight you immediately, but it is a bar full of very angry people, and
Right.
it seems like they were, they're just. I mean, I think that both Druda and Zill, like this is the same sort of fear-driven. Crowd reaction that you saw at the camp when that agitator was playing off of so handily. These are just, it's a powder keg waiting to sort of go off. They're terrified. The world is falling. Like, the world is ending. You know, and they've likely seen the same things that you guys have seen, which is the governor saying, go to Rios City and we will get you safe off world. And they just simply cannot. So you could go in there. The thing is, with all of them in there, the rest of the town seems to be basically a ghost town.
That means no witnesses to us breaking into corporate headquarters. Let's go.
Does the family we saved know anybody who might have access to the inside of the lab?
No, there is a clear distinction between workers and company.
And I'm guessing all the workers are here, and everybody hiring them is already gone.
Anyone who, what they say is that there were more people who would work there, like a couple more people, more than Ms. Cooper, but they all left out before this. When all this happened,
of course they did.
How long before?
Poor Cooper was left behind.
This is wintertime. It's not really the town's not super busy at this time of year anyway. This is more of a, everyone stays here because where are you going to go? They don't earn enough to really go on like lavish vacations, and where the fuck are you going to go on Suskalon in the middle of this?
Saginaw Beach.
Yeah.
Do they know any ways into the building that isn't the front gate where the guards are?
They haven't thought of breaking in, but there's other ways of sort of accessing. You'd have to not be found. You have to break your way in, but
maybe we just like conk a guard and use his pass key, swipe card.
There are more ways to get in than just that front door. You certainly can do that. And
got some ion tape. Time up real good.
Time up.
I'm not so good at conking guys, though. I bet you Bone could do it.
And I could.
Just Zil would like to say that if we use violence, they'll know who did it, and if they survive, we're in for some repercussions when word gets back.
Well, our secondary objective was to secure any stragglers and bring them back. We have a whole town full of stragglers.
Yep.
To me, this is following orders.
Just
orders are orders, like that the guard said.
Just laying out Zil is kind of lawful neutral, and that only shapes his outlook towards their repercussions. Let's be sure we want to do this before we do it.
And the thing is, just stepping back from the situation for a moment, too, to look at it from sort of a high-level view, you guys are like the last, the last kind of guards, as it were, on a planet that's dying.
Yeah.
Right. So like if there's ever a time where things can get crazy, and I'm not encouraging you one way or the other, but to situate the scene, you're fucking 8 hours of travel away from the only escape that you've been able to find from certain death on this planet. You're not wrong, Gilles, that this is not like, a frontier area where there may not be any consequences down the road, but it's also, this is wartime at the very worst. So, what are you guys thinking? Again, I'm not encouraging you one way or the other for any of these things.
They can be everywhere. Let's try to break in.
Yep.
If there are only two guards, we take them out. That's easy pickings when we go in.
Yep.
If we break in
Don't
somewhere
want to
else,
hurt them.
if we break in somewhere else, we might have to deal with them again, and they might be shooting at us.
Yeah, they were really nice, but
we could subdue them quickly, potentially, if we catch them off guard, versus having to fight them in a hallway somewhere where they're shooting at us, and the only choice is to put a laser beam between the eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go hand them our authorization, and if they don't take it, we'll go in.
Okay.
It's our authorization.
I thought we're gonna, try to sneak up on them, or sneak into somewhere, right?
Look, why don't I walk up with Zill, and we'll talk about how we have our authorization. While we're talking, you guys sneak up and try and conk him on the head or something. Choke him out.
Kev, how hard would it be to fake written orders from the SDF as far as
So that's a forgery you're trying to create.
it basically is like a authority to acquisition resources to aid in the
Yeah, but these are corporate resources. The SDF won't have any authority on that.
that's why I'm
What
asking.
if we fake something?
Faking corporate approval is also probably not going to get us in trouble with the army. Faking army approval on something might get us trouble. Don't you think?
Yeah, maybe.
I like your idea, Zill. I'm just thinking.
I'm just spitballing here. Zill's not. Yeah, he can sense. Yeah, he's not very dishonest. So.
Okay. I'm just checking here. Give me a second here, guys.
Create or detect forgery.
Bluff. It sounds to me like it's a bluff check here. Sorry, Dave, what were you saying?
There's a computer skill. You can use computers to forge official documents. This takes 1d4 minutes. The GM rolls the computer's check to create a forgery in secret, so you're not sure how good your forgery is. This check is opposed by the computer's check of anyone who examines the document to determine its authenticity.
Yeah, and here's some of the modifiers. Document contradicts knowledge or orders, and you guys did say before you didn't have those. Document is unknown to the examiner. So this guy would not likely know one way or the other what official orders from the SDF look like. Boy, it'd be nice if he had a sample to work from. Basically, it'll be a secret computer's check, and then that'll be the DC for their perception to detect forgery. What do you
I think that's our best option. Get a forgery. If they don't accept it, take the stuff.
Then we knock them out, and like, this is wartime. Like, as Kev sort of pointed out, and not only is it wartime, like, the planet is being lost. Like, this is evacuation time. Like, we really don't have time to mess around. Like, the forgery is to sort of save them harm. If that doesn't work, we'll harm them.
To save them, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just save their lives.
Who is making the forgery, then?
That would be Knick-Knack with the highest computers.
I will let you assist on this, Jill. This is something you could be, like, collaborating together on.
Does this look authentic or that kind of thing?
Knick-Knack assisted me with my cyber medicine. I will assist with this.
What do you got, +7?
I do.
Okay, so let me check for you. All right. And then what is yours, +9, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
The DM's high rolls work for us.
And then we're going to go back and present here's our official documents. We just have to download it through the...
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you guys make your way up to the guards who are waiting there. They look up as you're coming, and
Well,
the
I guess-
one... Oh, go ahead, Carl.
Bone and Druid are going to hide, though, right?
Yep, that was the plan.
Is that the plan? Okay.
Okay.
If they don't like our documents, you'll know.
Okay. So Knickknacks and Jill, you make your way up. Druda and Bone, what are your respective stealth bonus? If you could actually just put them in chat, your stealth bonus?
I really need to invest in stealth because I am not good at it.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad. Yeah. Okay.
And we'll prearrange that. Zill, you'll mind connect with Druda, and I'll mind connect with Bone. If things go poorly, we tell them now.
They're within 30 feet. I can do that.
Nice. All right. So our two Vesks go sneaking up to the side. You can picture it in the snow and the darkness. There's really only lights outside where these guys are, and then like further down the street, on the snow-covered street. There's no vehicles moving through the street, so they got to be like just full of drifts of snow back and forth.
Question.
Yeah.
Since we're prepping this in advance, can I prep 3 auto injectors just for an emergency?
How many have you done today?
I've just done 1.
Did you only do one? I thought you had ones on the other guys too.
I had one on Jeff because he
Only
was
one on Jeff.
Skill one.
Yeah,
The skill one.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I would like to give a skill to a speed increase to Bone and Druda to help them get to us faster,
Okay.
and a skill one for Knick-Knack in case we need to do hacking.
Okay, nice.
So
you've got those things ready to go in the back of your armor.
And the activation is just hit it, and we'll give you the signal. So
Okay. So as you make your way up towards the guys, they sort of put, one of them is sitting down sort of on like leaning on his rifle quite heavily. The other one's standing up. The ones, clearly you can see something over their comm unit because the other one sort of looks up and stands, and he says, "Oh well, folks, I'm sorry. We talked about this. My orders haven't changed."
ours has.
They sort of look at you. What do you mean?
Look to Knick-Knack.
We've got a patch through to head office, and our superior commander, she's sent us some amendments to our orders. You'll only take a look at this.
They both look at each other like, all right. And
Pulls out a rig.
yep. You can even, like, with a gesture, sort of like transfer the file over to their armor.
Okay, yeah, like I'll just do like a hollow swipe
Yep.
to send it over.
So they pull it up, and they're both looking at it on the one guy's armor and reading it through. What does it say?
It says Midnight Squad, 5th Battalion.
You got it.
Authorized by any means to achieve the evacuation of civilians, be it commandeering any equipment, government, corporate, or otherwise.
Also, that guard Jason sucks. Wait, what?
Guard Jason to be promoted for helping out. No,
So
kidding.
they look at this stuff, and you see, like, their armors are down because of the weather. They sort of are looking at each other. Druda and Bone are both sort of, flexing, getting ready to come racing up. All right, soldiers. What do you need us to do then? How can we help? Do you want us to start fueling up those vehicles, or?
We need to have the vehicles fueled and ready to go for morning. And you'll need to go around and talk to the civilians, rally them up in a peaceful manner. They're getting a little hostile in the pub right now, so you might want to wait till morning.
This is something you can see that there's a feeling of relief with the guards at this point. Like they're not jerks themselves. They want to be able to help. It's just orders. So what they say is, well, then we'll. Look, I'll go start getting the vehicles ready. Do you want to leave right away, or are we leaving on our own, or are you accompanying us?
I think we'll have to present these orders to your commander as well, to make sure she understands.
Do you want us to come with you then, or?
If you want to just let us in and then go get the vehicles ready, start fueling.
They sort of look at each other. All right. They turn around and enter in a code, and the doors are now unsealed.
Did I have watched that code?
Mind link to Druda. It's all
what
good.
was that,
You don't
John?
need to.
Could I have seen the code they popped in?
You did not tell me you were watching for it, but I didn't tell you what they were doing. So let's just roll here. What is your perception bonus? Is a plus
7.
7? Okay.
Yes. It's just I think would be useful.
Definitely
to know
got
the
it.
code.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you got it.
Okay.
I telepath to Druda. We're all clear. No need to jump them.
So, what were our, if you got in, what are our orders?
Actually, I can just calm that,
What do we
can't I?
do?
Yeah.
Druda and Bone all clear.
Okay.
Okay. So
They can't hear.
the two guards are making their way down towards a sort of walled off area where it seems like the yard, effectively, like the company yard, and they're starting to access the things. One of them, they're going to take care of that. The doors open, and you guys are able to walk into the facility. As soon as the guards have walked far enough away, Bone and Druda, it seems that you were sneaky enough to be completely unnoticed. You make your way up to the doors, and you can join your allies inside, and this thing closes. And it has there's not any space really wasted for in here. There is sort of there's a little of an atrium with some like prefabbed places to store clothing or jackets or cold weather gear or whatever on one side, and it looks like there are there's stairs on either side that lead kind of further up into the second floor of this facility. Storage would be right directly ahead if this is similar to the other sort of prefab structures. And as you guys are in here, let me just quickly make a roll.
Who can it be now?
Yeah, what's your save versus... no, I'm kidding.
Reflex?
Infinite.
Jill and Druda, you guys are in here. You're starting to look around and you're like, okay, so where is she? And there's really there's only lights on, like emergency lighting on in here because there's no one working in here right now, right? Yep. What you guys can hear from somewhere further ahead on this floor, you can hear the sound of... Druda and Zill, you hear that sound.
Somebody is expelling liquids from their mouth in very fast velocity.
That doesn't sound good.
What do you guys do?
No.
I go suit seals, and I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
I'm looking for a terminal.
So you're looking around for a terminal. Knickknacks. Jill, you start making your way over. Druda and Bone, what are you guys doing?
I think I'm going to sneak and investigate, like, what the hell that is.
Okay.
In that direction.
Sure. And Bone?
Yeah, well, I'll follow my sister.
I'll follow them, but I'm keeping my eyes out for a terminal.
I see. Okay, got it.
I'm not branching off or going anywhere else.
Would everyone kindly give us a stealth check, please?
What is that? What skill are you talking about?
I'd like to point out that Zill is not stealthy, so he makes very little attempts to be stealthy.
I'm a good player. Oh my goodness!
Clunk,
Not sneaky at all.
Who is spewing?
Okay, so today I was. This is the Friday brain kind of stuff. Today I was working on getting some packages together to send off, like belated Christmas presents to send out. And as I was doing it, I was so distracted by it, I left one of my hallway, like, sliding things open, and I walked square into the fucking thing, and I didn't hurt myself, but it's one of those, like, slatted doors things. I knocked it out, and every fucking slat fell out of the thing. Because I am apparently a hefty motherfucker right now with COVID weight, and was walking with assurance. I mention this because this is basically what Bone does. It's you, unfortunately, you're looking around and you misjudge where one thing is. And Jill, you're the one furthest up front when this happens. And you're not looking and you hit a door. You don't realize that right behind the door, it looks like there's a little like cleaning cart that someone had left out. It hits the thing and it goes rattling forward, smashes into something, falls down. Jill turns around and kind of accidentally discharges his gun. Which means that as you guys get to the part that accesses, like there's a warehouse space that takes up most of the back and the middle part of this structure. The rest of it is all like winding corridors and offices and stuff like that. What you can see in the middle of these boxes that are all stacked up in the center, the unshipped goods during the winter, and then now during the what do you call it? The invasion. You can see. You look over, and Ms. Cooper is in here, and she is bent over and retching. And there is a greenish substance that is coming out of every orifice in her head. Nose, eyes, ears, and mouth. She looks up in time to see, and you can see through this disgusting greenish ooze. She sees you, and then as the last of it is expelled, she drops down unconscious on the ground. And then...
I think I gotta click on my token now.
Yeah. What rises?
What rises?
Too early for oozes. It is too early for oozes.
Game over, man. Game over.
I will frag grenade it.
And this thing pulsates and rises up, standing about 3 feet tall. How this thing fit inside her form is unthinkable. But this turns towards you guys.
It is the news.
And telepathically says, "We'll see you next week."
Game over, man. Game over.
So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us.
Crazy.
For session, it was chapter 4, part 4 of our Attack of the Swarm adventure. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and we will reply in a timely fashion. We're doing actually milestone now, Dave, just because I'd rather keep everyone at the same level. I know we started doing it at piecemeal, but you know what? It seems for one unfair to people who just can't make it more often, and unless any one of you really cares one way or the other, there's nothing lost in having everyone at the same level, right?
No, not at all.
We're also doing character advancement all at the same time then, which is easier than having to I forgot to update, or I didn't have time to update my character and trying to do that on the fly, you know? So, so anyway, for those listening home, you can leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. You can also find a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. You are more than welcome to join us over there, where we have channels dedicated to this game, this campaign, and do we have one for this campaign? I don't know. This game for sure. Maybe this campaign, and every other game we run on the channel. In addition, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com, though I'm really bad at getting back to people. So the fastest way is likely a comment in the channel or joining us over the Discord or harassing me on Twitter. I'm more than happy to be harassed over there. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our brave SDF recruits. So,
brave.
Jeffrey, Dave, John, and Carl, thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. And our thoughts are with George as well, too. George had an emergency, so wasn't able to join us tonight, too. But, Soldier, we're not forgetting about you. We will be back next week with whatever the fuck this thing is. And I'm sure it's friendly. I mean, you guys have room in your face and head for an ooze, don't you?
No, Zill just flashing back to larval stage. It's like ooze is it? No.
You know, one of the best things about Starfinder, this is going to be from John's perspective, is no need to put player knowledge out. Because I know you know Pathfinder so well, there is very few things that are direct analogs from Pathfinder into Starfinder. So lots of awful unknown shit for you to encounter.
I can dissociate pretty easily.
But even then, it's fun to be able to go in with a genuine blank slate. So, and it gives your character's ability actually even that much more weight then too, as you gain little tidbits of information.
I'm going to assume that piercing ain't going to do nothing to it. I'm going to throw a grenade at it.
Well, we'll see if you're successful. You guys certainly, did a number on that cleaning cart, so hopefully you are as formidable against space ooze.
I'm marking off a dart because I lost it.
Yeah. Then, for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us. We do hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our soldiers, members of the SDF, are getting up to on the surface of doomed Suskalon. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.
Bye.